in the street. Now the haunt. You hear the chains. They coming. Midnight fog, slide through the mist. Cold steel gripped in an undead fist. Whispers in the alley, shadows don't shift. A ghost in a hoodie with a full black clip. 6 deep, all from the block. Buried in suits, but they still run shop. No face, no case, they silent and cold. Revenge on their mind, from the grave they roll. Gangster ghosts, they don't sleep, they flow. Chains go clang when the reaper roll close. Eyes all black and their souls been sold. You can't shoot back when the body's this cold. Phantom crew, they don't knock, they face. Walk through walls, set the block ablaze. From the tomb to the trap, now they roam in haste. Gangsta go, bringing hell through the maze. Some creep in the trap where the candles burn. Ouija boards flip, now the killers return. Dead men talk in the code of the cursed. Every verse is a hex, every bar is a hearse. Blood drips red from a past unpaid. Now they ride through the night in a spectral parade. Hollow eyes, but they still got aim. Spraying ghost rounds, ain't nothing the same.
Hi, everybody. It's me and the Clay Show. Hi, Clay.
Hey,
How's Clay's day
what's he
today?
doing? He's just watching some TV.
Yeah, little guy. How are you? Been dancing?
Yeah.
Oh, Kaiser.
What?
What would you do if you actually met Bruce in person?
Kick his ass?
Yeah. But he's a Catholic just like you. I think he converted to Catholicism.
Yeah, I don't know what I would do.
What if he became the priest?
I would just.
You to be altar.
We'd probably just.
Go ahead. You there?
Yeah.
Oh.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah. What would you do if he became a priest? Catholic Bruce. We don't know he's a Catholic. He just lived in denial about it. No, here my.
Yeah, I don't know.
That he's a Catholic. He was baptized.
If me, him, and Dan Ponzi all met up, we could just get really drunk together.
Like this.
Yeah.
Didn't seem very happy about what he was watching. Funny. But know what they say? Don't be a sad Lupin. Be a happy Lupin.
Lupin got all serious the other day because I was talking to like some girl in the comments, and I'm like, you should give Lupin a chance. Don't you want like a thick Latino? And he's like, did you just call me thick?
But he's not fat. He's big bone. He's the real life Cartman. He's Cartman. Who would you be? Aiden would be Kyle. You would be Stan.
Yeah.
I'd probably be Butters.
You would be Jimmy.
No, Butters. Jimmy, that would be. Who would be Dustin?
Terry would be like the female Jimmy.
Dustin would be Jimmy.
No, Terry would be the female Timmy.
Oh. But Tim would be Timmy. Come on. And I would be Butters.
Yeah.
What?
Have you ever seen the one where Cartman stole Jimmy's joke about fish sticks?
Yeah.
And he's like retelling the story, and he's like, there was a black widow, and I saved your life.
Oh. You serious? What? Does it? Oh, yeah, I forgot. I need to put this out in the comments.
They're all on Paramount Plus. You could watch the movies. They get a bunch of good, like, exclusive movies.
Yeah, I got them. I got the
Like the pandemic special, End of Obesity.
I got the Paramount Plus as well. Just like you. But yeah, what would you do if you actually met Sandman? Part sand, part.
We would, he would want to go to a Catholic church and convert, and then we would get drunk.
Do you think Bruce became a Catholic?
Yeah. Bruce got his kid baptized, he said.
Yeah, he's a Catholic. We all knew it. He's a Catholic on the inside, so he hates on Catholics. He's a Catholic,
Yeah.
just like
He's one of them California Catholics.
California Rock.
Yeah.
But Passion, did you party hard again last night with your buddy Lupin?
No, I went to bed at like 11
That's,
and then got up at like 7 or 8. So
that's good. My little buddy got.
got a bunch of stuff to do
What time is
today.
it where you're at? Here it's 11:44.
10:44. So it's like an hour behind. I'm in Central Time Zone.
Wow. Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
What if you find out Bruce is a Mormon? You can imagine him being a moron.
It'd be weird.
Moronism.
I'd be like, I would think like, is this just his excuse so he could have more than one wife?
Yeah, it is. He wants 100 wives, just like you.
So what do you think about the U.S. attacking Iran?
I think of I ran to Iraq because I was hungry for turkey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on, baby. Oh yeah. What about this? Hey, hey.
We roll deep with the sense of swing.
Oh, what? Would you ever convert to Orthodox? Would Orthodox convert to you?
Oh no.
Can you imagine you being an Orthodox? Oh, sorry, I don't get. Try commenting on my one video again. Cause I don't get what's wrong. You're not on. You're not blocked anyway or anything. I don't get what.
I don't know. It might just be my phone is acting up.
That was weird. Look at this.
Yeah.
Wow, you can do that? Oh no. You're raiding. Wow. You're raiding. What do you think of TTR is the worldwide bat? Ready to take on some Smokey. Is that crazy?
We're watching that show you said you recommended.
What?
K-pop Demon Hunters.
Look at they're taking you away, and you think, what's going on here? You think they're taking you away to get some help?
Yeah.
What do you think of that? Dust in the wind. He's nothing but dust in the wind. Oh,
All we are is dust in the wind.
dusting in the wind. But I'll ask them, what would you do if they made a show about you?
I don't know.
I'll ask them,
What would you do if you found out Azzo was your real dad?
what if it turns out you are Azzo and you just didn't know it?
It's like a Smoky Saint thing where I got a split
Yeah.
personality.
How we know you don't?
Yeah, no. But that's the thing, though. Even Smoky Saint doesn't even realize he's got that.
Yeah.
Because like people with that don't realize it.
You ever seen the movie Split?
Yeah,
Are you split?
the M Night Shyamalan or
Yeah, are
whatever.
you split?
Have you ever seen the movie Phone Booth?
Yeah, yeah.
What's the other one? There's like references in that one to like these universes.
But
I can't remember the other reference, but it's when you see like Bruce Willis at the end.
I'm not sure about that. But I do like the movie Dark Phone, a Black Phone. It was alright. But part two looks even better.
Yeah,
That movie looks good. I love to see that. Was it based on you? Based on true story?
yeah.
Oh. Oh, its clay show can be called the Heart of the Earth show. Is that true? Are you Heart of the Earth?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you serious?
I'm drinking Dan Pozzi's coffee right
Better
now.
be.
Hold on, I'll show you. I know Dan Pozzi knows about this stuff.
Wow. That guy looks like Dan Pozzi.
Yeah.
Is that Dan Pozzi?
Bawat tasa too long sa pakbangan.
Oh.
That's actually like pretty
Oh.
good.
Oh. You serious?
Yeah.
But what would you do if they decided to have you join the army? What army would you join? Regular army, Marines, Navy. You could sing the official song in the Navy, or would you join the Air Force,
If I was
Marine
gonna join the
Corps?
military,
Yeah.
I would join the army, and I would have my MOS be 88 Mike, but then I would also be airborne.
Oh. Were you in the army? What?
Oh no,
I thought you seem like a guy who was in the army.
no.
Oh, you
If I
serious?
was, I would be 88M
Oh,
and
what would?
also airborne.
Oh, do you think? Hmm. Well,
Do you know what 88M
let's say
is?
he's a no.
It's the MOS for truck drivers. So it's
Oh,
like if you're a
kind
truck
of like.
driver in the army, you're you're you would be 88 Mike.
Oh, what about this? But yeah, I need to. Yeah, what do you think of that? They passed a law banning, like one in the Supreme Court banning trans abuse.
It's terrible.
Awesome. It's awesome.
Now all these kids are going to be persecuted in their own country.
You're you're a funny troll little guy. But I want to ask them, what do you do if they try to do that to your kid?
I wouldn't let them.
Oh,
I would shoot them.
oh. Would you? What if they wanted to do it to you?
I, don't, I would. I'd be like, good. Now I don't have to keep wasting money on this, and I'll get it done for free.
Oh. Oh, you serious?
What about these trannies you're friends with though, like Dan Newman?
Dan Newman? He's not a trans.
He's a trans man.
He's not a trans man.
Yeah, if he quit taking
He trans.
his tea, he would turn back to a woman.
Oh, like Aiden?
Yeah. Yeah.
I joking. Like Aiden. But in this case, it's a job for a super Hulk.
How would you react if you found out
Day.
Christian Pike was actually a trans man?
Oh. That's what Dustin said. But
Like if you hung out with Christian Pike and then you found out.
You know about this about your boy Lupin? He was a freedom fighter once.
Yeah.
He's a freedom fighter.
You know who he looks like there?
What?
It's like
What?
Filthy Frank with those glasses. If you watch like Filthy Frank, like any of the videos, he's always got glasses like that.
Wow. Yeah, he's so fun. What about this guy, Gangster Agent?
Yeah.
He is a gangster. Well, this guy, the Great Wise Pike, up in the sky, looking down on you like he's better than you.
Yeah.
See? For this, he looks like a freedom fighter. Do you think he might be a freedom fighter?
Yeah, he's part of the caliphate.
Yeah. We all know he is. He lives in denial, but won't change that fact that he is. We all know it.
He's a
He just,
freedom fighter for the Islamic State.
yeah. We all know it. He just lives in denial about it. Just like you. But Clay, are you part of the NRA?
Yeah.
With some May? Some Clay?
Yeah.
Some Tay? Hey. Well, what do you do if you became the boss of the NRA?
I don't know.
Would you take over the world?
Yeah.
Oh,
What would you do?
I don't know. What would you do? What about Lupin? Lupin Tupin takes a poopin'. Lupin Tupin. He likes to take a poopin'. Loopy Toopy. Loopy. He likes to take a poopin'.
We get Dan Snively's comment.
Oh, I'm glad I got the announcement just on that Clay show. Pike is a trans.
Yeah,
You're crazy.
make sure when you tell everyone, you're like, Gangster Ghost told everyone the secret.
He's transracial. Oh, you. That was funny what Lupin said on his short. That was funny. This part.
And I answered it. Did you not like?
Look at me! I'm a pedophile. I mean, ghost.
Did you not like?
Yeah.
Oh, so funny.
No, get her to another train.
I'm sorry, I think I was in the middle.
I'm gonna break it down. Just a quick shout out to everybody who tuned in to.
He's looking at you through his eyes. Oh, funny. He's a crazy nut. You're like, yeah, he's crazy. Do you think he's crazy?
Yeah. I'm trying to get him to hurry up and get a passport and then go on a crazy trip with me and some other people.
Oh, where you going?
To Phuket.
Oh. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Did you party hard last night? I know you did
No,
the night before.
I ate steak last
Oh,
night, which was cool.
you did?
Yeah, we
Why?
had like these big ass ribeyes and then baked potatoes and broccoli.
Oh, nice. Did you have some eye cream?
No,
Oh.
just that. You need to send this link to David.
Who's David?
David A. Zealots.
Oh, David A. Zealot.
Yeah.
Have you met him?
Yeah.
Have you talked to him? Oh. He is David A. I already did by
Hold on,
email.
I'll text Sandman and send him the link.
Yeah. Text him out. He's a Texan. Are you a Texan? Because you text a lot.
What?
Are you a Texan?
Yeah.
Because he's Texas. Oh.
It was funny when
Just like,
so you came up one time.
who is this?
Good morning. How's everybody going?
Oh, okay. How are you?
I told you I'd come on your show if I was around my computer. And I'm being lazy this morning. Hey, Clay, how's it going?
Good. How about you?
Oh, going. I've been
Do you,
working hard.
do you live in America?
I do.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, California. So you got to give me some grace.
Yeah.
Oh. Is that where a lot of cows live in California?
Were you near all the riots and stuff?
No, and I'm in Northern California. It's craziness. And yeah, just so Antichrist.
Oh, how you been today?
I've been good. So I got up. We only have one car, so I didn't. I had to stick around the house, and so I can bring Philip and Gemma to church. Otherwise, I would have been out the little new nursery project we're having. So it's been fun. Now, Clay, you were the papa, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. How's everything going?
Good. That's what I've been doing all day. Is like watching the kid.
Is that like awesome or what?
Yeah. Oh, I got like this
Oh,
where it's like
my goodness. Oh my goodness.
things on it should just be like we do the TV.
Damn. What you do? It turns out his wife is related to your wife.
Well, they must have been back in the day.
Yeah.
So many generations. Is your wife from the north or the south?
South Mindanao
Oh, okay. I was
from Jensen.
Yeah, that's Gemma. Where's Jensen?
It's like the very furthest south country or south state or city in like the whole country.
Yeah.
It's like South Cotabato is this state or province. Like
So she probably speaks Visayan or Sabahana.
yeah, she speaks Visayan, but there they call it Cebuano, but then in Cebu
Yeah.
they call it Visayan, but it's the same. And then
Yeah.
that one called Uongo or something.
Oh.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, because my wife's from Masamas Occidentalis. So it's the biggest island of Mindanao. I think that's how you say it.
What do they speak there?
The same. They call it Visayan or I thought it was Sebahana, but it's
Cebuano.
Cebuano. Yeah, whatever you said. I just learned that I just learned just lately that they're the same language. Because I'd heard of them both, but
It's kind of crazy the amount of languages there, and then they call them dialects, but they have like no similarities.
no,
Like I went to
not at all. And
we went to this place called Tacloban, and they speak Warai, and there's like no mutual words at all. But then they're like, oh, it's a dialect, but it's like not really a dialect. It's like a totally different language.
it is totally. I was trying to learn from my wife, and it's like, so yeah, let's go with the Bisayan. That's your language, or Tagalog. I don't remember which. And she'd say a word, and I go, okay, so that's Bisayan. I said, no, that's Tagalog. I was like, no, I want to whichever. I want to just learn the one language. And she goes, no, you don't
Tagalog
understand.
would
We just
be
use
the best because then everywhere you go, everyone could speak it. So it's like the universal.
Right, but she said that where she is at, they use the easiest words. So they'll use English, a mixture of English, Tagalog, and Bisayan, whichever is the easiest word to say. And that's why you'll see stop down there. She said is that, to say stop in the Bisayan, or I think it's Bisayan, it's like 3 words to say stop. So they just use whatever's easier. It's like, that's my kind of people, man. Just go the easy way.
That's how the ATMs are. They're like, if you ever got money out of an ATM, you see how there's an option that's like Taglish, where it's like it's kind of like Spanglish but with Tagalog. Yeah.
No, that was cool because in that there's a lot of Spanish words, so it's like, oh, I know those words.
Yeah. And beside that,
not that I can speak, but I can.
Like, you could say "loca loca," which is like crazy, or buang, and that's like similar.
Yeah, and just the greeting, "Cómo está?" They say "Cómo estás?"
Or like "Mataka."
Oh, Claude met a Philippine lady. She spoke English really well, but couldn't say no.
And it sounds like my wife.
Well, that's probably because she sees an old round eye that she's trying to get some money from. No disrespect, Claude, but yeah, they can say no really quickly once they get you hooked.
Yeah.
Dan.
Yes, sir.
What if you find out you're related? His wife is related to your wife, and you're related to Claude.
Oh, that's a possibility because I have French ancestry too. If Claude's really French,
mine has cousins in California and Maryland, but I sit in an aunt. But I think most of them in America have relatives in California. Because it just seems like there's so many like Filipinos there, like especially around LA.
Yeah, totally there. And then the Bay Area has a couple. Welcome, Wild Heart.
Wild Heart.
I had to look at your thing because as soon as I see you, I always think of Braveheart, and it's like, no, you corrected me that before.
Yeah, everyone does. Yeah.
Oh, good. It's just not my.
No, Braveheart, Lionheart, everything except Wildheart. Not just with you, with everyone.
Doesn't like to call you Ironheart,
Yeah.
Lionheart.
Wildheart.
Okay, he's a heart.
Lionheart.
Okay. Yeah.
No,
Okay, can you? Oh.
it's like a
Wow, how are you been? Guy?
Wow, Clay, your microphone's very loud and distorted. I think what you're saying.
Oh, yes. Oh, wow, how you been today, little guy?
Yeah, not too bad. I've not been up long. But yeah, it's a Sunday, so yeah, just chilling. Just
Oh,
cool.
that's
What time is it there?
It is 7 minutes past 5 in the evening.
Okay. And you're still on I mean you're on Sunday?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. Yeah, in
oh.
Philippines it's already Monday, so it's, man, my brain doesn't work that well.
yeah. It's for good time, so yeah.
It wow, it's gonna be so
Sorry.
uh it's still gonna be crazy. After next Monday, I'm gonna uh go next after next Monday. I'm gonna go to the go on a vacation.
Nice. Is that when you start
Yeah,
your worldwide? Is that your worldwide trip? That's
yeah.
cool.
Oh
Who's
my
Nice.
this?
gosh, finally here.
Hi, hello, Scusi.
Who's that guy?
Hillary's
Brady.
email.
Well, what about this guy? Do you know this guy?
No, no.
Do you think
I
he's
love
part of
him.
the Illuminati?
I think probably. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, I don't know. I'm just joking.
Yeah, you got to watch what you say on these things because you know how many all the spies. I think Wildheart is actually part of the MI6. Uh-oh, did I say that right?
Yeah, no, the MI6 would never employ me. No,
That's what you would say if you were MI6.
that's true. That's just what a spy would say. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
evidence that you are.
How do we know you're not part of the IRA?
Oh yeah, I could be. Yeah, yeah. It's difficult to disprove that. Yeah, I'm actually a quarter Irish, so I could be part of the IRA.
Howard sent me a IRA poster.
See?
See, that shows that you're not though because you didn't deny it. See, if you would have said whoever they are wouldn't accept you, then we would know you were one of those two.
Yeah, it's like backwards psychology. Yeah. If you say you are, then you aren't. If you say you aren't, then you are. That kind of thing. That's good.
Clay, how's your microphone doing?
I can't tell. I'm trying to start my computer right now to switch over.
That's better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some reason, Restream likes to kick people off for some reason. It drives you crazy. That's
It
why I
didn't
say,
kick me. I restarted it because my mic.
oh.
Yeah, no, I've never noticed that.
It
Yeah.
kicks Pixie off for some reason. But
No, Pixie always kicks herself off. That's how you know it's Pixie. At least
yeah,
once a stream, she'll kick herself off.
it's crazy. Wowher is the biggest. What is the biggest idiot? Is Hunter? Who's that?
I actually don't know who Hunter Biden is, so that will be tricky for him to be mad.
He
He's the
played.
vice president or the old president's son. And there was a big scandal because he got caught with like a bunch of prostitutes and then crack cocaine.
Yeah. Sounds about right. Yeah.
Just good old American fun.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So
And he had a gun too, I think.
So he is a hunter.
No, it was an illegal handgun, and of course, equal justice under the law. You know, he's in jail right now, or in prison as he should be, right, Clay?
yes. Nice.
I don't think he is in prison, is he? I think he got charged with a felony, but I don't think he went to prison.
I think and then he got pardoned, but no, he didn't go to prison.
Because it is like a felony to have drugs and guns in combination, even if it's like a legal gun that you own. You know?
Totally. I mean, but you know, anyway, we won't go there.
It
On a
sounds
beautiful Sunday.
It's yeah. Although I will go there a little. It does sound like he should have gone to jail.
Let's be honest. If your dad was the president, we'd all be doing it.
Yeah, but if he committed a felony, had an illegal handgun, and did cocaine, was caught with cocaine, surely anyone else would go to jail.
Oh yeah.
That's why they think in America, like this Ukraine thing is like a weird money funneling thing, because Hunter Biden was on an energy board there for like years, and they were paying him. I forget how much, but like several million per year.
Yeah.
Where it's like, why is this guy there? He doesn't know anything about energy or any of that, and he's an actual crackhead.
Yeah, that's weird.
No, it just came out too that they got $11 million from Ukraine when Biden was the vice president, and he's the one that got the prosecutor fired. He said, we're not going to give you loans unless you fire this prosecutor that was actually prosecuting, or it was investigating the company that Hunter Biden was part of. What's that, Wild Heart?
No, I can just point out to the comments. Hunter Biden wants a chicken date on burning the Quran.
Oh, well, it was nice knowing you, Wild Heart. Just don't do that in what is that place where they can Freedom Square, whatever, where they can have free speech.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. I forget what it's called. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, the one woman got
Speaker's Corner in London.
That's the one. Yeah, there was a Christian who was from Turkey, converted, who was just expressing what truth about Islam, knows the facts of what it actually teaches, and some dudes, they beat her up one time, they stabbed her another. The British police or whatever you call them, did nothing. Which is so sad.
Yeah.
So it's not just America. See, we're taking after our Papa British, that's like, yeah, yeah.
I thought you guys said that was the religion of peace. Why are they stabbing people and stuff?
It must not be a true follower of Muhammad, even though Muhammad said, and a follower of Islam is a follower of Muhammad. And I think they got him. They got him just for asking questions by Clay.
He's been taken. Yeah, R.I.P. Sorry about that.
Yeah, and so much of this stuff, and it even has it in their literature that you don't become friends with with the infidels. You can pretend to be their friends.
Yeah.
If they're in majority, you conform, but with the intent to bring them down. And that's why you see the countries that are beheading people and are fanatic run are the majority Muslim countries. And that's just a progression that Muhammad himself did. So anybody who attacks fanatic Muslims is attacking Islam.
Yeah. And, there's actually a bit in the Quran where it actually tells them, like you were saying, it tells them to lie.
No, exactly. And you're actually godly if you lie. And even Allah lied to Muhammad because I don't know if you heard that story where they were having one of those little battles and the enemy was just going to overwhelm them. And so Allah told them, no, they're weak. Go take them out. And so Muhammad and the group are like, well, see, God lied to us because he knew we would have been afraid if he would have told us the truth that we're going against that. And it's like, and I know you don't believe in Christianity, but even as the stories or, the things, God never said, with Gideon, it's like, no, go up there. You have 10,000 against, 100,000, whatever it is. No, cut them in half, but God, we're going against this big force. And so whether you believe the story or not, the God of the Bible didn't lie. He says,
Yeah.
"No,
Yeah,
I'm going to fight for you. If it's not for me, you won't get through their first line," because they had, 10 times more guys that were seasoned army, whatever they were fighting. So, yeah, whether it's a true story that I believe, or somebody else might say it's just made up, it's still a good story.
yeah.
you
No,
know,
I get what you're saying. Yeah, according to the story, Allah lied. According to the story itself, like you say, whether you believe it or not.
exactly,
Yeah,
and he's praising you for it.
yeah,
So a good follower of Muhammad is a good liar.
mm,
And that's not a slander. That's just, if I was a follower of Muhammad, I would be lying to you guys,
yeah.
because that's what my religion says to do, to take over the world, and they are, that's what they're trying to do. But
Although the closest in Christianity is God does send deceiving spirits, and he hardens Pharaoh's heart. So that's kind of like lying, but it doesn't say explicitly that the God of the Bible lies, but it is implied. He sends deceiving spirits. You know what I mean?
is that the context where, the pharaohs or somebody, it's like they're already down that role, so he's just like, okay, whatever. I don't know which context you're.
I'm not sure exactly. I know it says God sends deceiving spirits, and he hardens Pharaoh's heart. So he wanted to let the slaves go from Egypt. The Pharaoh wanted to let the slaves go, and God hardened his heart so that he wouldn't.
Oh,
So
well,
quite like lying as well.
yeah, well, to start off with, he was going to change his mind anyway. So, Aiden, my man, how you doing?
I read him. Go see.
Hi, Aiden.
Okay, you can.
Plus, I know this is a poor one, but in the Garden of Eden, when God said, like, "Where are you, Adam?" And obviously, if God is all knowing, He would know more. So that's a kind of lie as well. Although I admit that's not a very good one, but yeah.
Yeah, it's in context of what's going on, because the Rahab was commended because she lied to protect the Israel, the spies, and she lied and to her people. Well, I don't. She actually wasn't one of them, but she was living with them. But she lied, and she
Oh,
said,
was that the prostitute?
"Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah." Hey, Gangster Ghost, can you put up Creative Carnivore's quest or statement there? You can talk bad about Islam, Posey, but you cannot talk bad about straight Israel,
Talmud.
Talmudism. I can talk. I just give my opinions. I have not. I mean, I think I've heard of that one, but any of the, I mean, I actually go against so many of Christianity now, because I don't see Israel as God's state right now. They reject God. They reject Christ. You cannot, as what I've heard, that, and I can be corrected, you cannot evangelize openly in Israel about Jesus Christ.
Plus
So,
50, at least 50% of the Jews in Israel don't believe in God. They're
at
like
all, atheists.
cultural Jews. Yeah, they're atheist Jews. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
unless the Israeli Talmudism is an offshoot of believing in the Savior Jesus Christ, um, not that I don't think I'm talking bad about Islam. I'm just saying what Islam teaches. and any Israeli or Jewish person who talks against or does not believe in Jesus Christ, like Jesus told them, your father is the devil. It is not those people, their father is not God Almighty.
I'm actually going to look up Israeli Talmudism because I'm not sure what it means either.
I'm thinking that's the one. There's one that thinks that and I might be wrong, but one of the Jewish sects believe that if you're not descendant of Jewish, whatever lineage, that you are actually
An animal.
not. Thank you. Is that the Talmudinism?
Yeah, that's the Talmud.
Okay, so I have heard, and yes, I've talked. And not. I don't. I hope, and I know I come across as being talking bad, but if I just say what somebody believes, I don't think that's talking bad about them.
By their logic, though, because they do think the Gentiles are all like animals, and they think in the end times we'll be their slaves. But it's like, wouldn't everybody be Jewish if Noah was a real story and we're all descendants from Noah? You know what I'm saying?
You're totally right, but it sounds like you're talking rationalism with people who are think they're better than somebody else.
What's really scary about that Talmud is it talks about like having sex with women under the age of 3.
Oh.
And it's like a pretty crazy thing that's in there. And I was reading about it because someone was saying this, and I was like, this is made up, like no way. And it does talk about it, and it's like if you do it when they're 3 years or younger, the hymen will grow back. And I'm like, that's kind of disturbing.
Yeah, I'm trying not to swear.
No, and yeah, well, thank you, Wild Heart, because I just feel like throwing up myself. Yeah. But no, you look at that now. I don't know how old they are. I thought they were a pretty old sect, but maybe they're newer. I don't know them, but that's straight out of Islam. Now, he didn't consecrate his marriage to his wife, Tisha, whatever her name was, until she was
Aisha.
Aisha, yeah, what? She was an old woman by then, wasn't she? Like 7 or 8 before he consummated the marriage.
9. I think he married her when she was 9. I think he had sex with her when she was.
It's pretty disturbing and like barbaric, a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I've just looked. I'm just.
What is the Talmud? Is that something all Jews believe, or is it like only the Orthodox, like Hasidic Jews?
I don't know that. I'm saying.
Isn't that the first 5 books?
Because I know the Hasidic ones follow that, but I don't know if they all do.
So isn't that the first 5 books of the Old Testament? The Talmud. I got that wrong. I could be wrong. I think it's the first 5 books of the Old Testament.
And then like that, I knew actually whatever those people were, but the name escaped me. But
Christians we're progressive because we have like a 2.0 version that isn't as barbaric.
And that's the thing too of judging now, but still. Even back in Muhammad's day, where he was like all that, he was, God's voice. Even he, like, no, I'll wait till she's 9. That's when she's old enough, when she stopped playing with dolls or whatever.
Well, to be fair, God, Mary was 12.
Even though it's like
Mary
gross, it's like a gross reality of nature, but in nature. Like, for example, when you're breeding livestock and stuff, it's usually like when they get their first period, then they get like bred,
But to be fair,
and same with wild animals like deer and stuff, and like stray cats.
Sorry, Claire, can you not hear me? Hello, Claire. Claire, can you hear me?
Are you there, Clay?
He can't hear me.
Oh, it looks like he's talking. Clay, we can't hear you right now.
Can you hear me now?
There you
Yeah,
go.
we can hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you hear us?
I don't know. That stuff is all like really
No.
gross
That's yours, I don't
and
know.
barbaric.
What
Can
is
you
and
hear
then
us?
no culturally though, Wild Heart, you mentioned how, and man, it actually doesn't say how old Mary was, but you know, but people only live to like 30 years old. So
Yeah.
culturally,
I think it says like 12 to 14 when she gave birth to Jesus. She was either between 12 and 14. So God did impregnate
Wildheart, I
her.
can't hear you, but I see your lips moving. It's like you're muted.
No, everyone else can hear me, I think. Can
yeah,
anyone
Yeah,
else
we can
hear
hear
me?
you.
Yeah.
Can you hear
Yeah.
Wildheart right now, Dan?
I can, yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Can you hear
I
us?
gotta refresh it.
That's right. So, yeah, no, I think she was 12 to 14 years old. So God did impregnate a 12-year-old or a 14-year-old, which it's not much different to Muhammad, to be fair. You know.
Well, and again, people only lived in their 30s. You're an old person, so culturally, girls had to start, but puberty is, in our society, we allow, and Mexico, you can be 13 to give consent to even marriage,
Yeah.
or no sex. Sorry, you have to have your father's permission for marriage, but a girl at 13 can do what she wants with who she wants. Um, but yeah, so cultural stuff, but we would say, that
I'm finally here at my full
I,
power. I'm not on my mobile phone anymore, so I'm
Thank
actually
God for that.
back at my full
I
power.
just switched to my computer
welcome.
too.
For that. I read him. That's it.
Hi, Aiden.
Hello. Hello.
Sorry about that. One day I like to try to see I could go to a StreamYard. Everything works much better on there.
Yeah, anytime I try to go on Restream on my phone, it heats my phone up to high heaven, and then it crashes every 3 seconds. And it seems like I'm not the only one either. It seems like anybody who tries to join on mobile has issues with Restream.
Yeah, when I went on someone else's show on my phone with the same thing, it kicks you out just like that.
Yeah, whatever Proverbs guys are on, if you're on a phone, it's like you're good luck. Oh, and I just got the comment. Okay, thank you, Creative Carnivore. I understand now. Is that you could get banned for talking about that type of stuff with
About the
the
Talmudism.
I have not, because I as soon as I hit that thing and just a little bit, well, as soon as they say everybody else is an animal and they were created, they're the children of God, but all the Gentiles are animals, and therefore, yeah, I kind of ended my research of that.
The other crazy thing in there is it talks about how you're allowed to like steal and stuff from, the non-Jews.
It's kind of like how you think that like you came from like a magical source, but then you call people who don't think that you came from a magical source maggots. Kind of like that.
No. Oh, good. Man, you got me in my last 5 minutes before I'm heading off to church. So I said that I thought of myself as a maggot. A different thing I use, instead of saying unregenerate or in the darkness, I think of maggots as low, and that's what I thought of myself, and that's
right. You never referred to non-believers in a current context as maggots before. I'm sure there couldn't be a single clip produced of you doing that. Anyways, I find it interesting that you guys are like talking negatively about Islam, and oh my gosh, look at all these
we're talking about Judaism,
negative things within it. Well, originally you're talking about Islam is related to the Prophet Muhammad and his marriage to Aisha and things of that nature, and maybe it went into Judaism from there. But I just find it funny that people like make fun of Islam for having a backwards Iron Age culture, even though their religion also has an origin in a backwards Iron Age culture that tells people that when they raid a city that they can kill all of the men and the women, but keep the little ones for yourselves because you can keep those as your slaves. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. There's excuses that can be made for that, but what happened with Muhammad and Aisha, that was just wrong.
Just to correct
the record, I believe we're all maggots.
We move past that, Dan. It's fine.
Well, no, it's because you will say stuff out of context, and I know you want to know the truth. You want to have the right context and not make fallacious statements. But yeah,
fallacious.
Fallacious.
You're magically fallacious.
I'm sorry, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but that's a bit rude. You said that we're all maggots.
I believe that all humanity is no better than maggots. Now, actually, that's more an evolutionary thing because people say that no, that we are.
Yeah, the Bible doesn't say that there isn't a single good person on the entire planet. There is not one good person. No, not one. That's not from the Bible.
Correct. And that's what I'm saying. But also in evolution has said that, the pig has more value than an unborn child.
Oh, really? That's an evolution? What part of the scientific theory of evolution says that, Dan?
Yeah.
No, I am saying that even evolutionists. Oh, thank you.
No. You said evolution, Dan.
Correct.
You didn't say evolution.
Yes, thank you. Just like I said, fallacious.
No, that's different, Dan. You're patently mislabeling things.
Are you sure you're not confusing evolutionists with vegans?
No, Dan just likes to throw random things under the feet of evolution. He tries to get away with ascribing as much as he possibly can to the theory of evolution and will only correct himself when he's caught.
Well, is there more value in a human being than any other creature?
Is there more value to a human being, objectively speaking?
Dan, just as a like a social thing, just for in future, don't describe all human beings as maggots, because the person you were talking to, you are basically calling a maggot. That's quite a big insult. You know what I mean? Just for future notes, I would avoid saying
that. Okay, it's just I don't. I believe in the freedom of speech.
You're such a silly person, man. You're such a silly person.
Everybody will know, and Aiden, you'll even say that. You have no problem with saying bad stuff about people you don't like. So,
have I ever called somebody I don't like a maggot, Dan?
Let's see. We won't go into old history unless you want to.
I mean, you only got 5 minutes until you got to go to church, according to you. So
yeah. So what did you call our good buddy?
I called you a retard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's stick with you and me instead of the other community. Was that a nice thing?
I called Lupin fat too, if that's what you're trying to refer to. Yeah, I made fun of Lupin for being fat repeatedly. Yeah, I called you a retard. I made fun of your eyebrows too. That was pretty funny. You got to admit, Dan. Come on. It was pretty funny when you kept sending me paragraph after paragraph of inane nonsense that nobody was ever going to read, and I would just reply with a photo of a low resolution image of your eyebrows. That was pretty funny. Come on.
My daughter does daycare, and they would find that really funny. Once I got out of third grade,
yeah, you're so mature, Dan. You're the picture of emotional maturity, Dan. I'm sure everybody in the community believes, based on the actions you've performed over the past several years, that you are the height of emotional maturity, Dan. For sure.
Now, what was our first conversation, Aiden?
The thing that you endlessly try to refer back to as though it's some sort of thing that you have over me, because I tried pointing out to you in the first interaction that we had with each other that people were trying to unfairly portray my character and portray who I was. So I tried reaching out to Dan and asked Dan. The very first time I reached out to Dan, I asked him in Messenger if he could review a show that took place between me and the Proverbs guys, because in my view, I was unfairly treated by the Proverbs guys in that show. That was the first ever interaction I had with Dan. And in typical Dan fashion, he said that he was going to look over that show. He feigned empathy. He acted like he was very concerned over what had happened. And yet, even though he endlessly brings this up over and over again as though it was some major concern to him, he never said a single thing to the Proverbs guys about that. Kind of like how he never said a single thing to the Proverbs guys when they dragged Gangster Ghost's name through the mud by putting up a video on their channel with a certain person describing Gangster Ghost as one of the worst things that you could be accused of in society. You remember when you were asked to go and address that to the Proverbs guys, Dan, and actually like put your foot down and have a backbone, and you did approximately nothing to stand up for your friend? Do you remember that? Because if you want to drag up past stuff, I have no problem doing that,
about
man.
that lie. So anyway,
okay.
The first conversation I had him.
No. Let's not let Dan endlessly defer. Let's just focus on the fact that Dan, the person that is supposedly so concerned over Gangster Ghost, so concerned over Gangster Ghost's well-being, he was so concerned that when the actual chips were down and he had to stand up for his friend, Dan did approximately nothing to stand up for Gangster Ghost, did nothing to stand up for his friend, rolled over like a little bitch, rolled over like a little bitch, and just took it and did nothing to stand up for Gangster Ghost. Let me ask you, Dan, what did you do to stand up for Gangster Ghost when that happened? What did you do?
I went.
What did you do?
And, well, if you shut up, because that's how. This is how everybody and everybody in the community knows.
Stop complaining, Dan, and just address the topic. Stop complaining. Hey, Dan, stop complaining. Just address the question. Hey, Dan, what did you do to stand up for Gangster Ghost when that happened, Dan?
Because he cannot
Dan,
take the truth.
when that happened, what did you do to stand up for Gangster Ghost?
I was told that this was a
You didn't do fuck or all, Dan, is the answer. You didn't do fuck and you didn't do all. You did goose egg. You sat by and you let your friend's name get dragged through the mud.
See, Wild Heart, this is
according to Dan just a moment ago, he says that he at one point didn't think
to be fair, Aiden, I'm quite interested in the answer. Just let him answer. What did you do to stand up for Gangster Ghost?
He's not actually answering that. He's not actually answering that. He's trying to defer to what happened some other time. So actually answer the question and I'll let you speak, Dan.
So, I was told that a video was out on Proverbs guys that was attacking Gangster Ghost.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to the source, and that was a lie. Gangster Ghost was lied to because it wasn't a Proverbs guys ministry video. It
really
was, because there was a video out that showed a conversation.
Who released the video, Dan? Who released the video?
Aiden.
Who released the video, Dan? Dan, who released the video?
Wild Heart, next time I'm on,
the video, Dan. You fucking slimy piece of shit, Dan. You cannot answer a straight question to save your life. He's going to try and excuse. He's going to try and excuse.
All right, let me interrogate Dan. So who did release the video, Dan?
So the releasing of the video was on a different channel.
Who released it?
It was by Stephen Bolin.
The guy that runs the Proverbs guys channel. Okay.
Who was accused of lying about releasing a video on a guy named Adam Lore. And he was badmouthed probably by Aiden too, that, you can't believe,
No, you were just asked who released it, Dan. You weren't asked to pontificate on a bunch of nonsense that didn't have anything to do with that. You were just asked to release.
So one of the Proverbs
name who released it. One
Wild
of the Proverbs guys released it. And by the way, the topic, the subject of the video itself took place on the Proverbs guys channel.
Next time
the conversation before Dan runs away like a little pussy bitch, before Dan runs away like a slimy pussy bitch.
Now,
I just gotta say something.
Now,
hey Dan, you're a pussy bitch.
Wild Heart, I know you heard. Bitch. You heard.
Anyways, so as I was saying, Dan is not going to acknowledge the fact that that original conversation with Adam Lore and Stephen Bolin took place on the Proverbs guys channel. The conversation took place on the Proverbs guys channel.
So next time
the conversation was released by Stephen Bolin, and Dan, as the supposed president of the Proverbs guys ministries, would have had the opportunity to stand up
truth,
say
but
something
listen.
against Steven,
So,
but he said
have a great day,
nothing.
Wild
He
Heart.
said nothing, and he allowed his friend to get
And now
dragged through the
Aiden will
water
continue
because he doesn't care
tampering
whatsoever
because
about
that
any
is
of the
what he
people
does.
that he pretends to care about.
I will
He is going to
enlighten
morally
Wild Heart
grandstand
next
about
time we
me
talk.
cursing on Gangster Ghost's platform. He apparently cares about me cursing on Gangster Ghost's platform, but he does not care when Gangster Ghost's name is dragged through the mud by
Oh, you
Stephen
admit
Andrew
you're
Bolin.
You're admitting
Dragged through
you
the mud by
disrespect
Stephen
Gangster
Andrew
Ghost.
Bolin. No, I said that I
It's
cursed on his
okay
platform.
that
Actually,
Aiden-
I said that I
it's
cursed
okay
on his
that
platform.
Aiden
That's all
does
I
it.
said. All I
It's
said, the only
okay that
words that
Aiden
I said was that I cursed on his platform, and
stop
Dan took issue with that.
disrespecting Gangster
The only
Ghost,
things I
Aiden.
said was that Dan took issue with that.
This
I
is so
never
much
said
fun.
that it was against
I
the
gotta
rules,
go,
and I
though,
never said that it was okay
because
for me
this
to
what
do that.
happens when
Dan, by the
Aiden-
way, said that he had to be at church 5 minutes, like
now-
20 minutes ago.
now
Dan, the
Aiden
person
will
who never lies, said that he
slandering
had to be at church in 5
because I
minutes
won't
about
be
half
here.
an hour ago, because
So
Dan
listen,
never
Wild Heart,
lies.
the next 10 minutes,
Dan never
Aiden
commits any
is gonna
fraud.
slander me. So
Hey, Dan.
I will set the record straight next time we talk. Wild Heart, have a great night.
Dan,
We'll
the only
see
thing
you
that you're
later.
the only thing that you're going to get set straight is the fact that you are a niggling, lying, habitually lying, pathological lying, slime ball of a human being who only exists as a stumbling block against anything that is good in this world.
All right, I get that, and I kind of, from that, I'm on your side. But when you ask someone a question, you've got to let them answer. To be fair,
Yeah,
I
and
don't know what's gone on, so I wanted to hear his answer as well. And you just constantly talked over him. I
When
get.
you simply accused
I'm
Gangster of the worst
really-
thing you could accuse someone of, what was that? Because I think I have an idea.
Gangster. I'm not gonna say the word
Is
specifically.
it like a Smoky Saint thing?
Yes, he was accused of being Smoky Saint.
Which is funny because I always hear that about their member named Ryan.
Yeah, but the point that I was trying to make was that Dan was trying to weasel out of that little conversation by saying, "Oh, that was uploaded on a different channel. The channel it was uploaded to was a channel that Dan also has authority over. It's a channel that Dan, even if, let's just say, hypothetically, Dan has no direct authority over this side channel that Steven runs. He is still the president of the Proverbs Guys Ministries. Dan is their president, quote unquote. He has a lot of influence with Steven. He easily could have went to Steven and said, "Hey, it's wrong of you to have that video on that channel, man. That's not okay. You should at least cut that part of that video out. You should cut that part out."
Aiden, I'm not criticizing you or anything. I believe you about what happened. I'm just saying, if you don't give the other person a chance to answer, you're kind of giving them a guess out clause as well, because they can just say, "Well, I didn't have the opportunity to answer."
Oh,
I mean,
if you're talking about Dan, I mean, I have absolutely no patience when it comes to allowing Dan to answer whatsoever, because I already know that Dan is not going to provide a straight answer to the question. Dan never actually gives a straight answer to a question. And I just showed it. I asked him a very simple, very straightforward question, which was, who uploaded the video? And he trailed off into a big nonsense burger that had nothing to do with anything whatsoever, because Dan doesn't give straight answers.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, and you know that, but I'm just saying for people who don't know that, and for people who are watching, it just sounds like you're just not giving them a chance to reply and just talking.
Nah, people in this community know who Dan is. If people in this the people who don't know who Dan is, then I mean, I have no problem explaining it to them, but I'm not exactly worried about Dan having good optics. He's already ruined any sense of optics for himself and the Proverbs Guys community at large. They're an irrelevant channel that nobody watches anymore.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't know what's going on, so that's fine.
I'm very upset with Dan because Dan likes to act like he's such a good, close buddy of Gangster Ghost, but when the chips were down and he actually had an opportunity to stand up for Gangster Ghost, he did fuck all to actually stand up for him. He did nothing whatsoever to actually have his friends back.
I believe that. Yeah, it's more.
So yeah, I treat him like shit. I do.
I have no problem admitting I treat him like shit. I also find it funny that Dan said that he doesn't view people as maggots anymore, that he used to view people as maggots, but then all of a sudden it went back to, oh, well, Aiden's a maggot. Because that's what I said. I literally called him out on the fact that he was trying to act like, oh, well, Jewish people view other people as lesser people. It's like you view other people as lesser people, Dan.
He literally calls everyone a maggot. Yeah.
Yeah.
But not Clay. Clay's not a maggot. Are you, Clay?
Kind of.
Well, Clay believes in magic, man. So according to Dan, he's not a maggot. It's just funny that he's so hypocritical. Like, oh, they're so bad because they view other people as lesser people. It's like, so do you, dude.
Yeah.
It's just silly. Dan's a piece of garbage, and he deserves nothing but contempt, as far as I'm concerned. At least online. If he wants to get love and affection from people in his personal life, that's perfectly fine. But on the online sphere, he's worthy of nothing but contempt, in my opinion.
And I
never actually knew he was part of Proverbs, guys, until you just said that. I just thought he was like some random dude who just pops in here.
No, he is the quote-unquote president of their ministry. In reality, he was made the president of their ministry because Steven wanted to get less flack for the bullshit that they would do on their channel.
But I actually agree with that latest comment. Wilder hates when people shut other people down because he gets shut down a lot because of him constantly coming into religious streams and playing the prove it game about God's existence. Yeah, why shouldn't I? But anyway, we don't need to go into that. But yeah, it's a good point. Prove it or, you know.
It's kind of funny. Like, to do that.
Dan, you're late for church, bro. I know, right? He said that he had to go to church in 5 minutes, like 20 minutes before he left the show. Apparently holding communion with the all-powerful God of the universe takes a backseat to arguing with some random person on the internet in Dan's view. But, you know, Dan takes things very seriously. By not having facts portrayed. I believe facts is spelled F-A-C-T-S, not F-A-X, Dan. But good try. Good try.
Maybe you didn't have facts. Like a fax machine to your car? How dare you not have that?
You might be driving and using like voice to text on an Android because every time I do it, it'll do stuff.
Dan cannot tear his face away from the screen. Dan is from a generation that's like, oh, you kids on your phones all the time. But Dan is hopelessly addicted. He is terminally online. I know he's terminally online because for like 6 months, he would just blow up my messenger endlessly with these stupid arguments that I would never read. I would just take the paragraph that he would send me and just reply to it with a picture of his eyebrows. And eventually that got him so triggered that he blocked me. Aiden continuing to disrespect Gigi as he's slandering people for disrespecting Gigi? Let me ask you, Dan. Let me just ask you real quick. Just genuinely, which one do you think is worse in the grand scheme of things? Me saying the word fuck on Gangster Ghost's YouTube channel? Or me standing idly by as Gangster Ghost's name is dragged through the water as he's accused of being one of the worst things you can possibly being accused of being? Which one of those two things do you think is worse, Dan? Because I'm sure you're probably going to say the first one is worse because you're a partisan hack that can't see past the bridge of your absurdly large nose.
What are you eating there, Wild Heart?
That is crackers and cheese.
Can we put Dan's eyebrows on the stream, Aiden? I need a reference. Yes, we can. Here, just give me a moment.
Have you ever had this food that's like a UK thing, Wild Heart, called jellied eels?
I've never had it.
I watched this like little thing on it.
Yeah, I've heard about it. It
seems weird.
It's mainly in London, yeah. It's literally like eels in
like gelatin.
No, it's not really gelatin. It's like, you know, you get brine in hot dogs.
Yeah.
It's that kind of thing.
But it's like a solid.
Or thicker. Yeah. It's not like gelatin. It's kind of brine, like a thick brine. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I watched this like foodie show, and it was like one episode was that, and then the next episode was potatoes and mash.
You ever seen Man vs. Food?
Or beef and mash, or whatever.
Oh yeah, told him the whole. That's a sausage in.
Clay, have you seen Man vs. Food?
Yeah.
Who won?
The food usually, where you would take on like the challenges.
I think Wildheart could rip all the food apart. He's the mighty Wildheart.
When you go to the UK, Gangster, you're gonna try the jellied eel.
I don't know. What about you?
I would if I was there.
Are you going to be there right now?
No,
Why?
it's too far.
Aiden. Is he going to be there?
Hold on, I'm currently digging through the archives for some posy eyebrows. Just give me a moment.
And Richmond. How rich is this man?
Have you ever been to Quebec, Aiden?
Thankfully not.
They
what
eat
about
horse
you?
there, I guess. And I seen that on one of them shows.
Holy crap, I'm going through this chat and I'm just like, Dan, on your deathbed, are you just gonna like think back and go, wow, I'm just so glad that I spent so much of my limited time on this earth messaging Aiden all of these giant fuck off paragraphs that nobody cares about?
I'm just wondering what's going on with Dan's keyboard. Can you see his last 3 messages?
I don't know.
What the hell is going on with his keyboard?
I think he's using voice to text, and it's so he's probably driving right now, and he's like,
Yeah,
saying what he wants to say.
but that's going badly wrong. IFR. You know what I mean? Colon, semicolon, 6XW. If H enter and IN. I mean, if that's voice to text, that's gone very wrong.
Maybe he was like running late for church, and his kid was acting up, so he's like, "Here, just play on this phone," and he left YouTube open.
No, could be.
Aiden. Are you alright, little guy?
Oh yeah, I'm good.
Clay, are you Clinton Bisky?
No.
You sure?
I gotta put cartoons on.
All right, here we go. I had to restore my messenger chat in Facebook, but here it is in all their glory. The posy eyebrows.
Those are impressive eyebrows. Oh, I say impressive.
He kept sending. Okay, so that's the more updated version of his eyebrows that he kept trying to send to me. I kept sending him this version that was even more low quality. So, as you can see, eyebrows McTurkey neck was my conversation with him. It basically consists of him just sending me message after message after message after message. And I've got some of my own, don't get me wrong, but it just devolves to the point where he's just sending me so much stuff, and eventually I just start sending him photos of his eyebrows, and then he blocks me.
At least he's not got a unibrow. You know what I mean?
I'm so interested as to why he wants to hyperfixate on my first interaction with him, because I told him that I thought I was being misrepresented on the show. Because I thought I was being misrepresented. What about that is like an admonition of my character? Because I can show plenty of examples of Dan being a sleazy, say one thing to your face and another thing behind your back, greaseball piece of crap. I can give you plenty of examples of that. But if that's the best example he has of me, then I don't think that this is a very fair fight.
I immediately took exception to him when he said that all humans are maggots. That means that he's directly calling me a maggot to my face.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Well, that's when you dig down enough into Dan's theology, because he'll say to you, like he said to you in that conversation, he's like, oh, well, I don't think that you're a maggot. I thought at one point I thought other people were maggots, but you go against Dan in any way, shape, or form, and all of a sudden it goes from, I used to think people are maggots, to, you see, Wildheart, Aiden is a maggot. It's like, which one is it?
Oh. Wait,
Yeah.
are you Quentin Biscuit? Quentin?
Yeah. I'm Cassius Clay.
Oh.
Get in. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. All right.
Do you know who Cassius Clay was, Gangster?
You?
No, it was Muhammad Ali's name.
Correct.
Before he converted.
Yeah. Thanks to you.
I've heard people say that Bruce Lee would beat him in a fight. I'm sorry, but Ali would fold Bruce Lee in a fight.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the Tarantino movie?
Yeah,
Hollywood.
Yeah.
No, some
Brad Pitt just like whoops him.
Yeah. Well, they both get one in on each other, don't they? And then the fight gets interrupted.
I think so.
Sometime in Hollywood.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah,
It's such a pussy ending too, because the agreement was the first one to get the other person on the ground twice wins, and they both get the other person on the ground once, and then the fight gets interrupted. It's like they both win. It's like, shut up. One of them would have won.
Who is it going to want to fight? Bruce Lee and Quentin Biscuit.
Bruce Lee wins that one.
Yeah.
What about Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan?
Bruce Lee, for sure.
No, Bruce Lee cleans the floor with most people, but he does not clean the floor with Muhammad Ali.
But comedy-wise,
the only person I've ever seen that got Chuck Norris.
Comedy-wise, I think Jackie Chan would win. You know what I mean?
Chuck
He
Norris
might
is
not
a
win
show.
the fight, but it will be funny. Yeah.
Chuck Norris was good at dancing. He was shit at actually fighting.
What about Steven Seagal?
He's worse.
What
Steven
about
Seagal is the ultimate badass. Thank you very much. I will have none of this slander.
I don't know. Have you ever seen his new movies where it's like it'll just cut to a scene and he's like sitting in a chair?
Yeah, I love the sniper movies. Yeah, he has all these sniper movies because they're like, how do I portray myself like a super badass, but I never actually have to get up or do anything?
Yeah,
that's
like
the one sniper.
it'll be like we need the world's like most elite team for this terrorist group, and then it's a bunch of like 65-year-old men.
He's like a third-rate Jean-Claude Van Damme.
He's cool.
He's like Jean-Claude Van Damme's caddy while he plays golf or something like that.
what about Aiden? Aiden versus Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee.
I think I'd win pretty easily, honestly. I feel like, okay, you know what? Maybe if I get blind drunk, maybe Bruce Lee would stand half of a chance.
What about a triple threat match? Aiden versus Bruce Lee versus
Wildheart.
Wildheart.
Me and Wildheart would team up, and we would just like destroy Bruce
I
Lee.
feel like Wildheart could mess some stuff up if you just like were like blackout drunk. You just slam him like a fist.
What about you versus Bruce Lee versus Muhammad Ali?
Oh, is that Jill in the side chat? Did you just tell him to join?
Yeah. No, don't do that. Don't say that. Actually, do. He's very.
Now he's definitely going to join.
No, he's very funny too.
He can be. Yeah.
I mean, ridiculously wrong all the time. And
he uses my tactic against me, and it makes me sad.
Yeah.
He uses the filibuster against me, and that makes me mad.
Why does Gangster seem to hate Bernie Sanders?
What? I'm sorry. What did you just say?
What's up with that? dude.
It's cheap ripoff of Colonel Sanders.
Bernie Sanders is one of the finest senators in American history. I'll have you know.
Oh, is that one of your impressions? Was
That's
that
right.
Yeah.
It's one of the
Like
places.
U.S. Senator Bernie Sanders.
Was that
He's
like a
got
random Chinese guy?
Chris Walken sound and voice, kind of.
I don't know what you mean.
Or was he Welsh? Or Scottish?
Once again, I am asking you for your support.
To be fair, I don't even know who Bernie Sanders is. So.
I need some crack money.
Like most people in America right now don't want to get involved in this Iran stuff, and he's like advocating to not get involved, and then they're getting involved.
Look, that's what he said. I'm not going to drop there. No religious topic. I'm not your friends.
Okay, then what are you doing here? Piss off.
Exactly. I can't get rid of the guy every time we have a stream. He's like,
I'm not.
honestly, true story. He was on my stream once. He was talking. I went to bed for 2 hours. I woke up. He was still talking to himself. No one was watching. No one else was in the room. I was asleep for 2 hours. And
He was just
woke up, he was
pontificating.
still talking to himself.
Good
That's
Lord.
actually true.
Wow. I just love the notion. I'm not your friend. I'm just gonna be a miasmic cloud that hangs around and makes your life miserable as often as I can. It's like, wow, that's really in the spirit of Jesus Christ, isn't it? I'm not your friend. I'm not here to actually be friendly with you. I'm just here to proselytize at you to make myself feel better.
What would Jesus do? Just be annoying inside chat.
Oh, Aiden. What if they had a match? You, Wildheart, team up in a tag team fight against Brett King and
Dan Pozzi's eyebrow.
yeah, versus Dan Pozzi's eyebrows.
I don't know who you are. I don't know who you are, but thank you. You just made my day. I appreciate you, Dan Pozzi's eyebrows.
I'm going to stir things up. I'll make a false claim about the Bible. The Bible condones slavery.
Oh, now Jill's going to come in.
Yeah, that'll get a minute.
For any of these retards to
What
make
about
another false claim about the
business?
Bible. Oh, that's such a nice charitable way of putting that, Jill. If the words energy vampire come to my mind, Jill is one of the first people that meets that definition. Like, he truly is one of those people that just thrives off of sucking all of the life and vitality and energy out of everyone that he deals with.
Yeah, I agree with that. He's funny for the first 5 minutes, and then, yeah, just, okay, Joe, can't be bothered.
Give us another STD, Wildheart. Actually, STDs aren't transmitted over the internet, but then again, maybe you would learn that if you weren't an idiot who was beholden to a Bronze Age book of myths.
No, he means serious theological debate. That's one of my things. Yeah.
Can you please play the clip he posted a clip. Dan Pozzi's eyebrows posted a clip. Hold on. Get in.
Get in.
Get in, mate. Oh, he's reposted it. Hold on. I'm going. Yeah, that fake life, the fake life you invented in your head. I mean, better to invent a fake life than a fake magical man who apparently agrees with all of my sensibilities of how the world works and should work. Better one than the other. Derp. My brother in Christ, did you just unironically type the word derp in the year of our Lord 2025? Derp.
With 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 P's.
So this is
with 7 P's. Yeah.
This is a clip from the Smurfs. I'm a little worried that it might get copyright claimed, Dan Pozzi's eyebrows, but we can try.
I don't know.
What if we mute it? What if we mute it? You know what? If Gigi isn't sure about it, then we won't play it.
Sorry.
Everybody play it on your own browsers and appreciate
got
it.
shut down the other day for playing a clip from my channel.
Yeah, it was
yeah, why are you shutting Gigi's channel down, Clay? What the hell?
I didn't tell him to play it. I wasn't even there. He called me and he's like, I played a clip from your channel where you had a gun. And then they like shut him down and thought someone on the stream had a gun. And then he like appealed it. And they're like, oh yeah, you're right. So we're going to take away the strike and like repost the stream.
I just saw the clip that Dan Pozzi's eyebrows posted, and he's right. It is Dan. It is accurate.
And can I just point out to Jill, I did just point out that it means serious theological debate. You must be like 5 minutes behind or something. I just pointed that out about 5-10 minutes ago.
Serious theological debate. Yeah, because serious theological debate includes you throwing ad hom attacks against your opponents every 3 seconds, Jill. You're a joke. Nobody takes you seriously. Nobody takes you seriously. Do you really think anybody in this community believes that you're like this erudite school teacher that's like educating the next generation of Christian youth in America as you sit on your freaking all of it discourse level fucking rock and give your austere wisdom to all of these very curious children that just eat up every word that you say? Nobody believes that. Nobody believes that, all right? The closest that you've probably come to a school was 23 years ago when you graduated it. And if you have re-entered a school, you probably were given an order to stay 300 feet away from one afterwards. So,
no, actually, he claims to be a substitute teacher for, I don't know the politically correct term, educationally substandard kids. You know what I mean?
He's a remedial teacher.
Yeah, he's basically a glorified babysitter. Yeah.
He's a remedial teacher. Well, that's not too surprising. If he is a remedial teacher, it's really, I mean, there are a lot more pliable minds to work with, so I wouldn't be too surprised.
But a substitute remedial teacher.
No, just ad homs against you since you don't debate, coward. I'll tell you what, Jill. I'll tell you what. You come on right now. You can name the topic of the debate. You come with your strongest debate topic right now. You come at me, and we'll do a one-on-one, and there will not be a single ad hom thrown by me. We will stop the debate the moment one person throws an ad hom attack against the other person. How does that sound? Since I'm such a coward, I'm going to throw down the gauntlet and tell you to come on here.
Where do you think Quentin Bisky? Quentin Bisky.
Your strongest topic. Let's see it.
The strongest topic. Working out. That's very strong.
Working 9 to 5. What a way to make a living.
Yeah.
This song used to represent normalcy, but now it's more like working 12 to 12, 7 days a week, barely getting by.
Yeah.
STF, you liberal, your cities are on fire. Yeah, that's what I thought, cuck bitch. That's what I thought, you lib cuck bitch. I throw the gauntlet down and tell you to come up here and actually debate, and your response is, shut the fuck up, Lambert, all your cities are on fire. Sit down. Sit down.
Actually, Jill, if you want to join, I have several actual theological discussions, like serious ones.
Get cucked.
Against the Christian God in particular.
What about
Christian... Sorry.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was going to say one of them is, if God has always existed, any God, his attributes must necessarily be arbitrary. Because if he's always existed, there cannot be a reason why he has the attributes he does. Because the reason will come before God. So if there is no before God, then his attributes, his morals, everything about him will be arbitrary. Let's start off with that one, Joe.
Oh.
I'm gonna call you a coward, but then when I'm offered to come up here, I'm gonna tell you to shut the like, who the hell takes this guy seriously?
I don't know what else, Clinton Biscuit. Are you there, Clinton
I'm
Biscuit?
desperate for validation that I never received in my childhood, so I'm gonna seek it from random strangers on the internet. Oh my goodness.
If he's seeking validation, he's doing a terrible job of it. Everyone fucking hates him. Sorry, everyone hates him. Sorry.
What an honor to have my name, Dan Pozzi's. Aren't you supposed to be in church, Dan? You said you were supposed to be in church, and here you are back in the chat as Jimirez Ministries Occult Ministries 2024. You might want to update that name, by the way. We're halfway into 2025, and you still haven't updated your profile name. Which, I mean, like, updating your profile name would require effort, effort like learning the native language of the people that you're going to preach about, Like, why would you learn the native language of the Filipinos you're going to preach to? That would require effort.
Hi, Jill.
If he's...
Coward, you think I would come in, huh, coward?
Oh, he's here! He's here! Let's do it! Let's do it. Jill, what's the topic? What's the topic?
Wildheart has the topic.
No, I told you said we were gonna do a one-on-one on the side chat.
Yeah, with someone who debates. You don't debate. You're a coward.
Yeah, I do.
No, but to be fair,
you're the one that
we're
threw
gonna
the
need a
towers
moderator
down
because
towards
this
me.
coward doesn't allow other people to speak.
Can I get this one over with first? So, what are your opinions, Jill? If God has always existed, all his attributes, including his morality.
I thought you wanted to debate slavery. I don't care to convince you God exists. I can care less.
And that's not the question.
I can care less if you believe God exists.
It's a serious theological debate. If God has always existed, there cannot be a reason why he has the attributes or the morals that he does.
We've already had this discussion. You have the attributes mixed up. You took a definition of the attributes that are not found in Scripture. Therefore, you
I'm not saying which attributes. I'm saying any attributes that God has must be arbitrary.
Must be arbitrary.
Yeah, because there cannot be a reason.
What does that mean, arbitrary?
It means random. There's no reason.
How do you know it's random? How can you verify it's random?
Doesn't matter.
Without reason. How do you verify that?
It doesn't matter. That's not the point.
Shut up, liberal.
Right,
next,
there goes that ad hom. There goes that ad hom. I
shut
guess
up,
the debate
liberal.
is
Liberal
already
is an
over.
insult now?
I guess no, shut up is an insult.
Oh, shut up is an ad hom. You're an idiot. That's an ad hom.
Telling somebody to shut up.
I'm not debating you. I'm not debating.
Sorry, we haven't got to the bottom. You've not answered the question. Do you understand the question? If God has always existed, there cannot be a reason for any attributes he has. Because the reason must come before God existed. So if he's always existed, there is no before God. So therefore, his attributes must necessarily be arbitrary, random.
The reason must come before he exists, for him to exist?
Not for him to exist, to have the attributes that he does.
What are the attributes that he has?
It doesn't matter. If he has any attributes, they must be arbitrary. If he has any attributes, whatever attributes he has, they must necessarily be arbitrary. Because there cannot be a
arbitrary. Random?
It means random, without reason.
Arbitrary does not mean random. If you look up
it means without reason.
Oh, it means without reason.
Yeah.
That doesn't follow.
Yeah, that's what arbitrary
means. You have to have a reason, an eternal reason, which is love. And I've already explained that to you. Love is everlasting. It has no beginning and no end. God is love.
How do you know that it's everlasting?
Yeah, go.
How do you know that it's everlasting?
Okay, so that defeats your
argument.
Are
you eternal, Jill? Are you eternal?
Now you want to ask me, how do I know?
Are you
Your
eternal, Jill?
argument. So Wildheart, your argument.
Are you
is-
eternal, or is the time that
Okay,
you exist
so
on this
I'm
earth
talking to
finite?
Wildheart. I'll deal with
Yeah,
you.
is the time that you exist on this earth
So
finite,
Wildheart,
or
your
are you
argument is
eternal?
defeated. Please.
I was just
stop
curious,
using it
Jill. Would you
in
say
public.
that you're
Please stop using
eternal,
it in public,
or would
okay?
you say that the time that
Just
you have to
continuing
exist
to
on this earth
embarrass
is
yourself.
finite?
Right?
No,
Which one
Aiden,
out of the two would you
Let's
say
get
is
a
the case,
closure on
Jill?
this, Wildheart. Can you
Which
show
one would
me
you
that?
say is the case out of the two?
Aiden, can I finish this up?
Still in my position.
Can I finish this up?
God is love.
Wildheart, you
Love
looked like you were done with the conversation. That's why I was.
No, I
interrupting.
did. No,
Still
it's
in my
hell,
position,
to be
Wildheart.
fair.
Let's see
It's
if you
just
can
came
figure
up
out
with another
what
point
the
I
answer
wanted
to
to
your
address.
dumb argument is.
There goes that Adham
that
again.
you've been using on the
There
internet.
goes that Adham again from that totally serious theological
20
debater. Totally serious theological
Days,
debater.
man. Was it
Aiden.
21 days.
Well, you're saying that one of God's attributes is that He is love.
God
If God
is love. Yes.
So
He
that
is
will be one of His attributes.
No,
What is
he
the reason?
is love.
What
That
is
is
the
his
reason
nature. He is
that,
love. God
that
is
will be
love.
an attribute? You know what an attribute is?
It's an eternal attribute. Yes.
So it is an
An
attribute.
eternal attribute that
Right.
doesn't
What
have
is
a
the
beginning
reason?
or end.
What is the reason why God has the attribute of being love?
That is, he is love. He is. He
But
has a
what is the reason?
There is no reason for him to love.
Exactly.
He is love.
Like you just agreed with my
He is
argument.
love.
There is no reason why God has the
There's no
attribute
reason for
of
him to
love.
begin loving. There's no reason for him
You
to
just
end
said
loving. He
there is
is
no
love.
reason why God has the attribute of being love. You
No,
just
there's no
agreed with
reason
my
for him to
argument. Thank you very
obtain.
much. Good night.
There's no reason for him to obtain these.
Oh, well, that just bodied Jill in the debate.
He doesn't
Oh,
obtain it at a
snap.
certain point in time.
Oh, snap.
What,
Get
what's
out
the
of here,
reason
Jill.
for you
You've been
having this love?
destroyed. You've been
He is
destroyed,
love.
Jill.
God exists and he
Jill
is
has been
love.
destroyed. Can we get some
Okay,
air
Wildheart,
horn in
so
here?
please, stop using that dumb argument. You're
Because that's
embarrassing
about the level
atheists
of
all over the world.
intellectualism that we're dealing with this discussion here.
I'll be right back.
No. Jill needs to go ask Daddy Trump if he's still allowed to be on the live stream.
Excuse me, am I still allowed to be on this live stream? I guess.
Clinton Biscuit, are you there? Hi, are you there?
Yeah, I'm feeding my kid right now.
Getting your hair cut? By who? Oh, what about Wildheart?
I'm helping Dan with his spiritual journey, by the way. Dan was at church, and he's sitting in the side chat typing to me the entire time. So I banned him from the side chat, but it's only so that Dan can focus on church and enhance his spiritual journey. Dan, you need to stop being distracted by worldly things. You need to start focusing on the non-worldly things. So I've banned you from the chat just to make sure that you focus on the right things. And people say I'm not magnanimous.
Oh, that's. But
I think I'm a nice guy. I'm sure that's going to be a quote that Dan will take and run for the next little while. Aiden thinks that he's a nice guy. He wasn't saying that jokingly. Oh, I'm sorry. Jill needs to take a quick break real quick and refresh his lungs before he can narcissistically take over the stream and make it all about him again. You know what we should do? You know what we should do, Wildheart? While he's gone, something that would really annoy him would be if he kept trying to get attention from us and we just ignored him and just kept having a conversation that didn't have anything to do with him. Oh, it would bother him so much.
Yeah, I've thought of that. But the trouble is, he speaks so loud and for so long, no one will be able to understand the conversation.
Right, so you just carry on a regular conversation as though he's not there, and it's going to be great. It's going to be really good.
By the way, you see this fine young man here.
So, as I was saying, Wildheart, honestly, I think that Wales is some of the best terrain for golfing in all of the UK. Honestly, just absolutely premium. If you ask me, people say Scotland is the best, but really,
I was gonna say you could be right, but I will put up Scotland as on par.
you know,
And you know, Scotland's where the sport got its origin, so you got to give it its due, right? But my goodness, that Welsh countryside is well suited.
Yeah, it is nice.
I live right. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, isn't Scotland a little bit more flatter? You know,
it probably would be, yeah. So, well, there's the Highlands to consider.
Oh
so,
yeah, that obviously.
But I live right across from a golf course, actually, and I've never used it once the entire time that I've lived here. Probably because I don't live in the income bracket to easily be able to use it. But I do intend on eventually utilizing the golf course.
Yeah, it is tricky to get into a golf club. Yeah, or a golf course.
That's the thing is that I need to look into it because some golf courses allow it so like you can just drop in one time, play a game, and then just go back home. But some golf courses are like, oh, you need a membership in order to play here. It's like, no, I'm not gonna pay freaking $1,200 just so that I can show up 2 or 3 times a year and hit a ball around a green freaking field. It's not gonna happen.
That's a good point. Yeah, they do describe golf as a good walk spoiled. You know what I mean?
My dad was obsessed with golf, and he still is. But when I was a kid, he would save up so much money to be able to go to the course once a year because we didn't have the best income bracket, but we lived near a course that would allow you to drop in and play. And he would save up over the course of the year to go and play. And he would get so angry with me because here's little 7 or 8-year-old Aiden hitting the balls further and better than he is on the course. And he would always make the excuse, oh, well, you've got a tee and I don't. Oh, you've got this elevation and I don't. And I just go, yeah, all right, Dad, whatever you say, whatever you say.
So basically you were kicking his ass at golf and he got
That's
a little
right.
bit annoyed at that.
And it wasn't even just like real life golf either. We owned PGA Tour for the GameCube back in the day.
Oh, I had that on PlayStation or Xbox. That's the best golf game, PGA. So, yeah.
Dude, the old ones were really good. They were really good. Old sports games in general back in the day were just better.
Yeah, all the Madden ones for American football.
Yep.
Yeah.
Madden, NHL was another classic one back in the day. Yeah. Classics.
Obviously, people won't know soccer, but like FIFA and Pro Evolution Soccer, I think were the 2 best.
Oh, dude, FIFA on the original Xbox. I played the crap out of FIFA on the original Xbox.
Yeah,
I'm trying to rebuild my retro library so that like I have all the games I had as a kid, but some of them are like, it's so weird because some of the games will be like dirt cheap. You'll pick them up for like $2 or $3, and then some of them are super rare because they only made a limited run of them. So like you'll go from paying $2 or $3 for a game to like 60 or 70 for a game that's like 20 years old.
It's like coin collecting. Yeah. Ones of them. Yeah. They're fortune, but yeah.
And it's always the games you have the most nostalgia for that are the ones that are out the ass expensive.
GG's.
Yeah.
You see this fine man on my avatar? He's holding a gun too. You know who this is?
What?
You know who this person is?
No.
It's Carmelo Anthony, the murderer.
Oh.
Good for you. Anyways.
Looks like an AK.
So you consider showing someone with a gun in their hand as an avatar on someone else's channel? Do you want to think about that for a second?
Yeah, he's a murderer. He's a killer.
So anyway, golf.
My mic too loud.
I've always liked golf.
Yeah.
What about mini golf? I don't think I've
actually
played golf.
You've never done mini golf before?
No, I played mini golf. I've never played actual golf.
Oh, gotcha.
I do like mini golf, with all the windmills.
Yes.
Yeah, I do like the windmills.
I'm sure your government will pay for it.
Well, mini golf is a lot more environmentally friendly than regular golf as well.
That's true.
Regular golf basically takes an environment and totally destroys it and turns it into a monoculture where they spray chemicals on it every freaking 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Just tell the parliament you spent your last on cocaine and they'll let you play golf for free.
Yeah. So, although they do Oh, do they plant the trees? I know there's a lot of trees involved in golf. Is that just natural trees? You can't plant them in order for them to grow on the golf course, surely.
You know, a British game that I enjoy playing a lot as well. It's a bit of lawn bowling, otherwise known as bocce.
I love lawn bowling.
Oh, lawn bowling's great.
Many times, yeah. With the weights, and you have to hold it in a certain way.
Yeah.
To get the spin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, those are always really fun. My grandparents had a big old backyard back in the day, and it was the best backyard for lawn bowling because it was one of those long, narrow kind of backyards. So it was perfect for that.
Yeah, you start off with the jack.
Anything else, Walhart?
To get closest to the jack.
Anything else you have for me? Any other?
Oh, I'm sorry. Have we not been negative enough for you here, Jill?
No,
I'm sorry.
no,
We're talking
no,
about
no, I'm
positive.
here.
We're talking about positive upbeat.
Yeah, I'm
things
not
in the
here to
world.
chat it out
We're
with
not.
you. I'm
We're
not
not
your friend.
endlessly prattling about negativity
I'm
like
not
you.
your
I'm
friend,
sorry.
so-
Do we need
Anything
to
else,
give up
Walhart?
some more of our energy
Anything else?
and joy to you,
If
Jill?
not,
Oh
then
my
I-
gosh, Jill! I'm irrationally upset at you for no reason. I'm so
GG,
mad. I'm so
anything?
angry.
You need any help with any
Get
Bible
angry
verses,
at Jill
GG?
for no reason. Oh, I'm just so angry at you right now, Jill.
If not, I could care
You're
less
triggering
about
me right now. Oh, I'm so
being
mad.
friends
And
with
I don't
these
even know
cowards.
why I'm mad right now because I'm a
Oh,
liberal
I don't have
and
any
my
real
politics
friends, so
don't
let me
even
come
make
on the
any
internet.
sense.
Let me come on the internet and make
My entire
friends.
life is a
'cause I don't have any
contradiction
real
because
friends
I'm a liberal
in
and
real
nothing I
life.
believe in makes any sense.
liberal.
Let me rip my
Go
hair
find some real
out. I'm
friends,
so
my guy.
angry.
Go find
Oh
some
my
real friends
gosh.
that are not on the internet.
A guy
okay?
on the internet tells me that I have no friends. Oh my god, my life is over.
Walhart, if you have anything else, you know where to find me.
Wild
I
Heart,
have
some
real
random
friends.
guy on the internet
I have
told me
real
I
friends
don't
to
have any
congregate.
friends, Wild
So-
Heart. Wild Heart.
I'll see you guys later. All right.
He said I don't have
God bless.
any friends.
See you. God bless you.
Is Jill and Josh the
Why,
same
God?
person?
Why? The God I don't believe in. Why?
Jill isn't my friend. Why, God?
Oh, if only Jill could become my friend. I want his validation so badly, God, please. Oh my God, what a joke of a human being. Absolute joke of a human being.
Is that Josh? The
No.
same-
No,
No.
Josh is actually fun to deal with.
Oh.
Josh is actually a fun troll. Jill is just like... See, the difference between a fun troll and a shit troll is a fun troll tries to make things fun for the audience as well as themselves. They try to kind of make things entertaining, at least for the audience at large as well as themselves. A shit troll only cares about their own entertainment. They only care about what's funny for them, and everybody else might as well eat a dick about it. That's what a shit troll is. A good troll is Josh. A shit troll is Jill. Because Jill doesn't care about anybody but himself. I'm not your friend, liberal. God exists. Oh my God, no! Look at him. He's in the side chat. Oh, he did get my validation on the show, so now I'm gonna scoop things out and get a rousing victory from the side chat. Dude, you're delusional.
Oh,
Get
yeah,
help. Get help.
that's weird to rage quit and then turn up in the side chat saying, stop using dumb arguments when you couldn't refute my argument. That's weird.
Let me just try and cope my way out of this one here, guys. I definitely won. Look, I'm in the side chat. Just ridiculous.
I did actually have another argument against the Christian God. I'm sure you've heard it before. Nothing can be omniscient and omnipowerful. Because if you were omniscient, you would know every decision you were going to make in the future Therefore, you couldn't change your mind.
Did you need me to come in and tell you lost?
Oh
the
my
debate?
God, no!
Is that what
He's
it was,
back!
Wall? You need
He's
me to come
back!
in?
No!
Okay, I'll come in and tell
Anything
you.
but that.
Stop using dumb,
Oh
defeated
my
arguments,
God,
Wallheart.
he's back.
Okay?
He's here to tell us that he's
Stop
not our
using
friend.
dumb, defeated arguments. All right?
Wildheart.
All right, I'll see you guys later.
Wildheart.
Dennis, Aiden, what are your thoughts?
Oh, he's in the side chat. He's in the side chat.
No, I can
Dude,
click
you're
on the
so
link and come back
salty.
in
Get a
and tell
life,
you in
bro. You're so
person.
salty. Get a life.
Stop
Go do
using
something productive with your
dumb
life. Get out of
arguments,
here.
Wallheart.
You know for a fact that you're
Get
just
off the
wasting
cocaine,
time.
my
You're
guy.
wasting your life. Stop wasting
Well,
your
like-
life, Jill. Do
I
something.
always
with
like
yourself.
badminton.
Dude, he's so salty. He's so salty. Oh, I'm over here in the side chat. Dude, you're so easy to trigger. You are so desperate for validation. Stop pretending like you're here to engage with Wildheart when you literally came back and only said something that I said towards you when you were gone about the side chat. Stop acting like you're just here to engage with Wildheart, all right? You're triggered. You're upset. I said something that called out the actual motivations of why you come here. Because you're a desperately lonely man who has nothing to do with himself besides seek validation from strangers on the internet. You got upset by that. So you came back to try and salvage something approximating a victory. I get it. But at least be honest with yourself. Come on. It's one thing to be dishonest with us. I mean, we all know that that's the
Yeah,
truth.
we
We
all
all know that that's why you actually came back. But don't lie to yourself. That's just a disservice to yourself, Jill. And hurting yourself doesn't benefit anybody. It doesn't benefit a single person. Coming here and trying to make passive-aggressive comments about Wildheart's past in order to make yourself feel better and elevate yourself. I know that that's only because you are so incredibly desperate for any tiny shred of validation that you need to lift yourself over other people. But that's really, really sad, and it's really desperate, and you really should get actual help, Jill, rather than trying to get therapy by yelling at people on the internet.
Yeah, and when he says defeated arguments, just because he talks over everyone for so long that everyone gives up the will to live, that doesn't mean that you've won, Jill. Do you know what I mean? You're not defeating the arguments, you're just talking so much that no one cares anymore. That's not the argument.
No, come back, Jill. Come back and show us how totally not triggered you are. Like, that's just the thing. These people are so easy to predict. They only thrive on quote-unquote triggering other people. The only reason why he came in and said the things that he did, oh, go tell the parliament about your cocaine, Wildheart, is because he's expecting you to go, oh, what the fuck you just fucking say to me? You my fuck, what the fucking... That's what he wants. Because people that are in that desperate of straits in life cannot get any form of joy without taking joy away from other people. See, that's the thing. I find it so funny that people, and you can tell me to stop at any point in time if I'm saying something that's sensitive, Wildheart, because I'm not trying to say something that's sensitive.
No,
but when you drink, or when you do a bump of coke, you're not hurting anybody else when you do that. You're just doing that amongst your own. And I'm not encouraging you to do that. I'm not saying you should, but I'm just making the observation that these people are acting like it's so terrible that you did that. And yet in the act of doing that, you cause nobody else any pain. You cause nobody else any suffering or any misery. You were doing it to yourself. Whereas somebody like Jill is going to act like he is so much better than that while actively trying to cause pain and suffering and misery to other people on the internet. Yeah, you're so much better, Jill. You're so much more high up on the moral grand scheme of things by trying to actively cause misery for other people as opposed to somebody else who just did it to themselves.
Plus, while defending the God that has committed genocide, commanded genocide, small charges a small fine for rape. Do you know what I mean? Again, not very moral.
It's because these people, these Christians, quote unquote, like Jill, are not actually Christians. I'm very much so convinced that they don't believe a single thing the Bible has to say because they don't enact any of the things that the Bible tells them to enact. They don't live a life according to Christian virtue. They don't sell all of their possessions and go live in the wilderness. You know, that's not what any of these people are doing. They only care about the Bible insofar as how they can use it to browbeat and make other people feel worse about themselves. That's what they care about.
Yeah, they're not about helping their fellow man. They're about, like you said, browbeating them into just believing what they believe, and they don't have to argue.
What do you think about all of this, Clay?
Clayton Biscuit.
It's funny. I agree though. A lot of those people, like people who tell you they're Christian and always talk about it, sometimes they're like some of the worst people.
Anybody notice Bullet is turning into the Incredible Bulk? Turning into. I don't think there's any turning into. I think that he went from, Saturn to Jupiter, basically. He went from really giant to absolutely gargantuan.
Look at Clayton Biscuit. You got air conditioned Clayton Biscuit.
Yeah, you got to here. It's like 100 degrees all weekend.
Modern day genocide.
Aiden, his highest rate when it hits 1 degree. Right?
That's right. That's right.
Wildheart said it was 85 there a couple Friday, and they don't have air.
How dare you, Wildheart?
Yeah, we have to use fans like these.
I've got fans, but that's because I'm poor, not because we can't get AC.
No, we don't have AC. As far as I know, we don't have AC in the UK.
Have you seen these little like USB fans?
Oh yeah, they're good then.
So, the modern day genocide is fentanyl. Thanks, China. Well, I just have to say that fentanyl wouldn't have taken as much of a hold over America as it did if it weren't for the war on drugs. So it's really Richard Nixon that you need to thank for that.
Yeah.
Plus, fentanyl wouldn't be a genocide because it's the individual person what chooses to take fentanyl. So it wouldn't be one.
What actual sensible thinking? What was that, Clay?
People don't choose to take it because a lot of like pills and stuff now, it'll look like an actual Norco or like Percocet, but it's a fentanyl pill.
What?
Yeah,
so
they'll
it's
cut
like
it.
counterfeit stuff. Yeah.
So I don't even know the second.
No. Oh yeah. No, a majority, I'm pretty sure, of fentanyl deaths are from people who didn't even know that it was part of what they were doing.
I'm sure they know the risks because it's like so common here now, but
yeah,
still they weren't sure.
Well, this is why legalization of drugs is a good thing, in my opinion. Like,
I'm way behind that. I've always said that. Yeah.
If we're going to live in an environment where people are going to be doing these illicit substances, which very clearly we do, they're getting a hold of them, they're obtaining them. I think that they should obtain it in as safe an environment as possible, and that there should be funding allocated not to jailing those people, but to starting or maintaining programs that get those people help. And
if they would legalize it and tax it too, it would also end like a lot of the gang violence and probably like cartel violence too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The vast majority of the cartel's income.
They would have to become like legitimate companies, otherwise they wouldn't make it.
Yeah. Like cigarettes and alcohol. They charge so much tax on that. If you did that to drugs, the government would make a load of money. And they
do that here with marijuana, and they make like tons of tax revenue off of it.
Yeah, same here in Canada.
Well, I'll show you guys something. This is proof that raided and see? He has electric powers now, Aiden. You better be careful.
You got that brain rot, lightning eyes.
Yeah, that's cool. That's
what you think of that? Is that crazy?
Yeah.
Electric powers now. And T2R, he's the real Batman. See? Better watch out, man.
Crap.
What about Odin though? Oh, I am. Oh, yeah. Surely he's the real Batman.
No, but in Portugal, there's like Portugal is one of the only countries in the entire world where I'm pretty sure almost, if not all, drugs are at least decriminalized. And when they put their money towards recovery rather than incarceration, the amount of overdoses absolutely plummeted. And like you were saying, Clay, unlike Portugal, America could benefit even more because Portugal doesn't have a giant drug exporting neighbor right directly to its south that benefits from the laws that America has in place against drugs. Like I've seen so many Americans talking about, oh, we need to send the Navy SEALs, we need to send the Green Berets into Mexico to deal with the cartels. That's not how you deal with the cartels. Even if you take care of the cartels that exist right now, other ones are just going to come up in their place. The way that you deal with the cartels is by cutting off their revenue.
Legalize and regulate it, and then we could just get our coke directly from Colombia.
Seriously, I really genuinely am of the opinion that if you were able to go and purchase it at a corner store like you were 150 years ago, that there wouldn't be as many problems.
I don't think it's like even an opinion though. I think it's like a fact, because look at prohibition in America and then like all the crime and organizations around alcohol, and then as soon as they legalize it again, it all went away.
Well, yeah, not only just that, but how many people went blind due to bootleg liquor not being fermented properly, or
Yeah. I was gonna say as well, like like a lot of the drugs, illegal drugs you get today have like rat poison and like talcum powder and just all stuff.
But then it's like all these companies benefit, or branches, I guess, benefit from it being illegal, like the DEA and.
Oh yeah, sorry,
all
Gene
that,
was trying to say something.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
what I want. Look, Lady Aiden.
Get in. That's the woman I am going to marry. That's an
Only
absolute.
with my blessing, Wildheart.
And there's your boy Tim singing his Gigolo song as being a Gigolo preacher.
You guys couldn't hear that, could you?
Is it Gigolo? I can't pronounce it. Is it Gigolo?
Gigolo.
Gigolo is like a male prostitute.
Oh, I can't. What is the rightful name for the ICT guys?
Juggalo with a U.
What was it again?
Juggalo. Juggalo is like a male escort.
No, that's Gigolo. Surely a Juggalo would have to be female. Juggalo.
Jill has been timed out by Dan Pozzi's eyebrows. Laying down the law.
Oh, look
The other thing about legalizing drugs too is I feel like a lot of less people would do them, because like I see these kids here with weed, and now that it's legal, a lot of teenagers and stuff, they think it's like an old man, like boomer drug.
Oh, the cool factor of it.
Yeah, like they're like, oh, those weed vapes, that's like what my grandpa does.
Yeah.
And even and even with like the harder drugs like heroin and cocaine, if you're stupid enough to buy it, you know what I mean? Even if it's from a shop, then that's your fault. But it's better if it's legal, because, like I said, there won't be rat poison and stuff in it.
Right.
What's strange about our society is that you can't buy anything that gets you high, but then you could go online and buy like cyanide and like really poisonous stuff, just like very easily.
Yeah, or a gun, you know?
Yeah, that's gonna do more damage than
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that somebody without the proper knowledge is going to be able to do a lot more damage with a gun than they're going to be able to do with a bag of drugs.
Yeah.
Just like Clinton Biscuit. But Aiden.
Yes.
What you doing there, little guy? Watch TV?
I'm about to take a totally legal hit of tobacco right now. That's what I'm about to do.
Do you guys have these there in Canada yet?
Oh yeah, we've got those.
Oh.
I switched to, because cigarettes here are like $10 a pack now.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for the market. What I'm expecting is that they've made those cheap so that they get a whole bunch of people on them, and then once everybody's on those and used to them, they're going to jack up the price on those too, is my theory anyway.
It could. Just like they did with vapes.
Yeah. I mean, it's not exactly a novel prediction.
Are you sure?
The thing about cigarettes here, though, is I don't think it's the companies jacking the price up. It's like all the taxes. Because if you buy cigarettes on like an army base or like an Indian reservation, then they're like $2 a pack.
Yeah, we've got the same thing in Canada where you buy smokes on a native reservation, and if you are native yourself, you get quite a hefty discount on them. So I know a couple of people that they all know one native guy, and they'll just give him a bit of money with a little bit extra on the side for him to go get it for them, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, good deal all around, if you ask me. He's making a bit of extra money. They're getting cheaper smokes.
Oh. Just like Clayton Biscuit.
That's right. I'm so glad that I had a very brief stint of smoking cigarettes in my like late teens, early 20s, and I stopped that within like a couple of months of starting. I'm so glad because I know that so much of my money would have been flushed down the toilet with that crap.
Yeah, it costs a lot.
I never smoked or drank.
Well, you're stronger willed than any of us.
Or even Clayton Biscuit. What about you,
I'm pretty sure Clay has had a drink or two in his time.
Yep. He drank a lot of Captain Morgan.
Yeah, I tried it once.
Tried it once.
Captain Morgan. Well, what do you think of that picture of Wildheart marrying Lady Aiden?
Oh, I love this picture. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just
Remember
hope
that?
that one. I just hope the one day it comes true.
Oh. He wants to marry Lady Aiden. What do you think of that, Aiden? You there, Aiden? Oh.
I think he might be vomiting at the moment.
Just give me a second.
Clayton Biscuit. What could you get if you had paid for the cigarettes?
A lot more. That's a good point, actually. I might give up cigarettes.
But Clayton Biscuit's here acting like a tough guy. You know, Clayton Biscuit goes hunting with his bare hands. He hunts bears and lions, right, Clayton Biscuit? See? He agrees.
How can you go bear hunting with your bare hands? Surely the bear should have the bare hands.
Yeah. Because that's Clayton Biscuit on that. What do you think, Clayton Biscuit? See? Even Clayton Biscuit agrees.
Yeah.
Right, Clayton Biscuit? Are you there? You went home?
The only animals that should be able to bear arms are bears.
Oh.
Yeah. They're the only ones that should have bare arms.
You there, Clayton Biscuit?
Yeah, hold on. I'm changing diapers.
Oh, that's good. What about you, Wild at Heart? Because you're Wild Hearts.
I am.
Yeah, we're Wild Heart. I met you through Brett. You and Aiden both.
Yeah, Aiden as well.
Yes, pretty crazy.
Yeah, and first time I met Aiden, I thought he was 14.
Is he not? I still thought he was 14. Is he not?
I still think he is. I think
Fuck
he's
you.
for the Illuminati. People said that his wife is really just his mother, and he's working for the Illuminati.
I would believe that, yeah. Yeah, that sounds right.
Oh. Hi, Aiden. What you doing there, little guy? Watching TV?
Oh, you know.
Oh.
No, we don't know. That's why we asked. I'm guessing you're smoking some kind of bowl.
Living my best life.
Oh. You serious? But a wild heart. You ever been wild at heart?
I've never been wild at heart, no.
But what? You ever heard of this show called Naked and Afraid?
I wasn't, no.
You'll be right at home there. You be in the wild in your natural habitat.
Is it your best friend people who are wild at heart? By any chance?
Yeah.
Oh, I will be right. Yeah.
You'll be
I'll
right
fit
at
in.
home.
Yeah. I'd fit in straight away then.
Yeah. You will be very wild. You run around, attack the deer, and eat it with your berries. Just like Clayton Biskey. Right, Clayton Biskey? See? Even the Clayton Biskey agrees.
That's right.
Yeah, just like Clayton Biskey.
I need to get better lungs.
Are you alright, little guy?
I need to get better.
I really do. Oh, good grief.
I'll stop smoking weed.
I don't know what you're talking about.
One of the two.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, he's talking about he wants to marry your sister, Lady Aiden.
Oh, really? Really?
Yeah, your
Wow.
twin sister. This lady, I want to show you.
Identical twins.
See?
Oh, yes. Hello, everyone. It is I. Pardon me. It is I, Lady Aiden. I have arrived. I am here to tell all of you that if only you were able to have a maiden as fine as me, then truly you would be the finest man in all the land.
Actually, I'm going off, lady. The marriage is off. Yeah.
Why?
I don't like her voice. We've never
That's
talked.
been the established Lady Aiden voice forever. You can ask Gigi.
Yep.
Gigi is like the curator of all lore within our community. You can ask Gangster Ghost about the most obscure interaction that took place between me, him, and Stephen Boland that took place on October 22nd, 2022. And he'd be like, oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. We talked about this, that, and the other thing. He like names everything that we talked about that day. It's insane.
Yeah.
He has to have like that Professor X helmet or something.
Yeah.
Like he has some device.
Photographic memory. That's cool.
Yeah. Like that time he said, he has some claw balls, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember, yeah. Steven back in the day is like, you have balls, dude, and they're small.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
How does he know?
I know. That is the question. That is the question. He never answered that question. Clay,
What?
have you ever been on the Proverbs, guys?
No.
Really? You haven't had the honor, the privilege?
Yeah. I don't think they like me because Gangster was making fun of Ryan, and then I joined in.
Stop gaslighting it.
I see. They like everybody behind the scenes will be making fun of Ryan a little bit.
No.
And then I took it to YouTube, and they probably don't like it.
No, it's everybody. It's not like you have this like really weird, obsessive hyperfixation on Ryan where you just won't shut up about it.
Yeah, I do.
And just
But
bring
it's
him
hard.
up all the time. Like, what? I have to ask you, Clay. I really do. Why?
Because you have to be
Let
in
me
these
let me
calls.
just cite the 25th letter of the alphabet real quick. Why?
So Gangster will call me on Facebook, and you're also in that group, and I'll answer, and he'll just be talking. He'll be like, "So what's your deal with Ryan? You love Ryan?" I just keep bringing it up.
Right. He's the one that's bringing it up all the time, and you're just like, God, Gigi, can you just stop talking about Ryan all the time?
No, I'll just like reverse it where I'll be like, I just keep bringing them up because I know you really love them.
Yeah,
I thought we were on the the Smokey kick this week.
Well, I'm glad that you found new material, because I've got to
It's
say,
like
I
every
was getting
week.
worried.
Every week it's just someone new, but with Smokey, there's like actual hard evidence.
Well, yeah, that's kind of the difference.
he's like innocent until proven guilty, and it's like, bro, it literally says here you pled guilty.
I don't understand how he even attempts, like in the information age where this is just something that's readily available for anybody at a whim, if they really wanted to. If you have a criminal history like that, can easily go and access that and find out loads of information about you from that. Like, that's just something that's readily available in almost every single developed country in the world, let alone the freaking United States of America. So I just don't get why he plays that game.
He'll be like, I'm not Josh. And then he'll be like, but that girl's a lying bitch. A lying bitch. And it's like, dude, that's clearly you then.
Yeah, like, that's, and I'm not laughing because, like, that in of itself is something to laugh at. I'm laughing because that's such an absurd thing to say. Like, what, like, oh my God.
That's definitely not me, but let me tell you about the victim. Like, she is something else.
Now, there's just something that is so absurd about a statement like that you almost can't help but laugh at a certain point.
Yeah, it is funny.
Know. It's to a way lesser.
He told me, he's like, he made a post about me, and then I didn't even know Gangster told me. And it's like, he said I had low following and like low viewers or something. So then I just made a video where it's like his sex offender registry screenshot, and it got like 8,500 views. Which is so funny.
Sorry, Gangster Ghost. I've got a nip out for my tea, so I'll be about 10-15 minutes. Just put me backstage. I'll keep me evening. So. Cheers.
Okay.
Right back.
Thank you for joining.
I would join again on my phone, but as I said before, it literally just tries to crash every 3 seconds when I join on my phone. So I'm probably going to head out here and get some stuff done. But it was good talking with you guys, though.
Oh, thank you. And I kind of see, why does Wildheart always look so depressed in his picture?
I mean,
that looks like a mugshot or something.
It does have a little bit of mugshot energy. That is true.
Yeah, it just feels so sad. Let's say
it's just this neutral expression.
Oh, wow.
I mean, there's a little. I mean, like, I feel like if I took those shades off of Clay, there'd be a little bit of existential dread behind those eyes too. So you know, I don't know.
Oh, fighting this.
We've all got a little bit of it.
Oh,
it's just part of being alive.
Hey, I need to tell you.
He looks like he's interested in something though, like someone important's talking, and he's about to ask a question.
That's true. Meanwhile, you look like you look like I've just asked you if you can go and like do some absurd task, and you're just looking at me like, through the fact that you have this child with you, that's obviously not something that you're going to be able to do.
Oh, hey, I need to tell you, Tuesday after next Monday, I'm going to be gone.
Yeah, you were telling me about that. That's why I've been trying to like hang around as much, especially today anyways. On top of being one of my few days off that I get. It's a really good opportunity to come in and chill with you while I have the opportunity to do so. Oh, look, it's the guy that wasn't interested in the show and totally wasn't going to hang around anymore. He's come back. He's
Are you
back
going to
from
the UK this upcoming week, or are you just doing your American stuff?
First, I'm going to Epic Universe, and then after that to Tennessee to a country concert, and then to Boston because that's the layaway to the UK.
Man, it is so strange to me. I'm just going to say something real quick about, you know, a certain person in the side chat there. They really do. There's a certain subsect of Christians. Dan Pozzi's eyebrows has timed them out yet again. Anyways, there's just a subset of Christians out there that really do like seem to romanticize human suffering. They really do. They seem to like thrive off of this idea that there are people out there in the world that disagree with him, that hold views that are contrary to his, and because they hold views that are contrary to his, through no fault of anything else, those people deserve to suffer. And it's just, I don't know. I think that's a little psychotic. I think that if you applied that view to anything in your life that you viewed as favorable, I think it'd be pretty easy to unmask that as a pretty psychotic way of evaluating the world and reality and everything around you. This thing disagrees with my set of sensibilities, and therefore, because of that, it deserves hellfire and damnation and literally the worst suffering that you can possibly imagine. It's just, I don't know. I think that's one of the main reasons why annihilationism exists as a concept, is because it's just so fundamentally difficult as a concept to even justify that notion. It's so difficult to look at another human being dead in the face and tell them, hey, because you disagree with me, because you think differently than me, because you live your life differently than me, that inherently means that you just deserve to die because of that and suffer worse the worst indignities that you can possibly suffer.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
It's a pretty retarded worldview as far as I'm concerned. It really is. Because if you are granting those multitudes of people all of that off of that petty of a basis, you better have a hell of a lot better of a reason for doing so besides it made me feel better. Because that's what it basically amounts to with most of these people, if not all, of these hellfire and brimstone people. All these, oh, you better get in line with the way I feel, otherwise you're going to get all of those things that I just ranted about for the last 10 minutes. It's just ridiculous. But anyways, I'm going to get out of here. Have a good one.
Uh-oh. Trouble's here.
Oh. Well, I was about to get out of here, and now freaking Christian Pike just shows up.
What?
You know? He's just here. He just appears as an entity, and he's just like, you know what? I'm another force in the universe.
Now that Pike's here, don't talk about Tim.
Sometimes you gotta just pop out and show them.
Are you talking about Bruce? No, I'm not talking about Bruce, actually. I was talking about Jill in that instance. Because he keeps going on and on about, oh, all these people are going through all this suffering. God isn't mocked. He's going to do all these horrible things to all these people. They're going to suffer these horrible things because of that. And he just seems to revel in that idea. He really does. He seems to take this kind of vindictive pleasure in this idea that people are being brought low through circumstances that, through his worldview, yeah, they're responsible for. But even if you attribute the wrongdoings of what they did to what they're actually suffering, I really don't think that they're equivalent, even if you tried to put it into a biblical perspective. But whatever.
What do you think, bird or pie?
It just now dawned on me that Jill stands for Jesus is Lord. I get it.
Yeah.
That last comment hit home, hence the timeout. I didn't time you out. I mean, you may not be a mod or an admin, may not be able to go back in the chat and be able to tell, but I didn't time you out.
Any more church history lesson with Aiden? Is there? Aiden wants to know.
Any more church? I'd be happy to do one. I mean, it really just depends on whether I've got the time to. The main thing that I've kind of wanted to be doing as a side project right now is be focused on the book that Christian has been doing, but I just haven't even had time for that. I didn't say anything. I know. I know.
I know, and you've been quite gracious, Christian, about that.
Look,
No,
I
admit.
thought a lot of words, but I didn't say any of them.
No, and I hope you understand that will be done when I have the time. But yeah, I probably should be getting out of here pretty soon. I need to get some stuff done here. This is like the one day I've had the opportunity to come on here though, so I've been trying to take advantage of that.
Oh, that's thank you. Come on. Oh, I need to tell you. Would you ever debate Jamie Russell in a debate?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'd be happy to. I'd be happy to debate Jill right now. He was talking earlier about one-on-one debate this, one-on-one debate that. And he was talking about how I don't actually seriously debate. Well, I have serious debates out there. People have seen me debate multiple times. So I have a pedigree to be able to debate. I don't have a problem whatsoever having a conversation with you right now. All right? I'll take the next hour of my time and irresponsibly devote it to debating with you. If you really want to come on here right now and have a debate. And as I said earlier, you can pick the topic.
You guys should do like a Smokey Saint style debate.
You can pick the topic. You can pick, you know what? You can pick the moderator out of anybody here. I don't care.
What about Brother Pie?
I feel like Christian would make the best moderator out of everybody here. However, his microphone is currently sounding like a Decepticon that's been submerged halfway under the Atlantic. He sounds like Megatron at the end of Transformers when he's sinking to the bottom of the ocean.
Robo-Pike.
That's right.
Yeah.
Jamie needs more history learning. Well, it's Jamie refuses to engage with me. Zealot, unfortunately. He just doesn't even want to deal with me whatsoever. But,
Jamie's a emotional guy.
That's not, if you're going to be seriously into theology and if you're going to seriously approach that, you need to try to put that at the door as much as, like, leave that at the door as much as you can. You have to be able to approach ideas without getting bogged down in this giant, I need to be attached to this and this particular. This is one of the reasons why I have a problem with dogma, is because it just like traps you in a certain set of thinking. As soon as you say, I need to believe this, you're trapped in a certain set of thinking. And that's not a good thing. You should be malleable, not overly, but ultimately, yeah, your thoughts should be malleable to be able to be changed.
Yeah. That's like the reality, though, of most adults when it comes to that. And same with like politics and stuff.
Well, yeah, and I think that there is ultimately, like, there are things that, in my opinion, people would say are absolutely wrong. In the purview of morality, such and such is absolutely wrong or absolutely right. You think something's absolutely wrong? You believe in objective morality. No, I don't. Because the moment that you have one single caveat within that set of beliefs where you do allow for change under circumstance, you no longer believe in objective morality. It's not objective anymore. It's subjective. It's subject to change. So you, or me, or really anybody in this panel, I believe, are people that ascribe to subjective morality. I think that there are very, very, very few people, if any, that could be demonstrated to truly never change at all under any circumstance. Because that's just not the human experience.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's right.
What about Clayton Bisk?
I think Clayton is somebody that probably is different right now than the person that he was 10 years ago.
Yeah, I agree, but at the same time, I think like I don't know. If you look at it broadly, people change, but how many people have like changed their views from arguing with some guy online?
Oh, absolutely. The
No.
question of how effectively can people be changed or their views be molded into different things, I think is definitely an interesting conversation to have, but I don't think that it necessarily is exactly in the same, kind of tangent or vein as
Aiden. Oh,
yes. No, go ahead.
I'm not only streaming to YouTube, I'm streaming to Rumble and Twitch.
Oh, sweet.
You ever been to Twitch?
A couple of times back in the day. I don't know. I'm not huge into live streaming. It's not necessarily the way that I enjoy content, as far as like gaming and stuff. And that's what Twitch mainly was back when I kind of first found it.
Oh.
I like watching discussion based or listening to discussion based content sometimes while I'm gaming, but yeah, typically the strictly gaming stuff is stuff that I personally don't watch a heck of a lot.
Oh.
Lil Clay, the video that get recommended after you share it is what. Nice.
I don't know about that. But
It's very positive. I mean,
Aiden, what would you do? You fall into a den of wolves. So you're in the wolf den. What would you do then?
If I fell into a den of wolves and they were all toothless and none of them really did anything except just kind of like yap against me, I probably wouldn't be all that worried about it, honestly.
What would you do? Would you stick Wild Heart on him? He's wild. He type of
Yeah.
He's a
Yeah.
But Aiden, what do you think of that picture? Is that a real picture of you?
What? The what? Oh, which one? The Lady Aiden?
No, the mountain.
Oh, the Mountie. Yeah. Yeah, it's a true, genuine photograph.
I need to. It was Dustin who gave me the idea for that. He'd been asking me to make a picture like that for a while. What do you think of that, Aiden?
What's that, sorry?
He'd been asking me to make a picture like that for a while.
Yeah, Dustin was, right?
Yeah, you as a mom.
Yeah. Yeah, that is pretty funny.
What do you think of that?
When's Dustin going home? Or is he just going to stay there?
I think he is.
I haven't seen him on YouTube in a while.
But you know, home's where the heart is.
That's
even
true.
the wild ones.
Yeah.
Even the wild hearts.
Wild heart of flesh.
Wild Heart comes back and he's just going to be like, probably like 8 out of 10 drunk.
Wow, that's really kind of you, Clay.
It's fine.
You really, you know, it's no wonder that you and Luke get along so well with each other.
That's like,
you're just like such wells of positivity in this world.
it's not a bad thing. That's like Wild Heart's banter.
I know. I'm not even giving you crap.
It's
I'm
part of
literally
his
just
character, but it's kind of fun. Like when you're on a stream late at night and Wild Heart's like extremely drunk and no one's like even arguing, he's just screaming.
Well, I guess I should say
He's like, shit.
funny that you give them crap.
Do you see that short Lupin put up there? It was so funny.
What was that?
He was on there as a ghost. He said, look, I'm...
Oh, yeah.
He's like, yeah. So funny. Lupin is a crazy guy. But what if they put you on a boxing match with Lupin? That'd be a good match.
What?
You know Ray from Trailer Park Boys?
Yeah.
When he's just like, they give him money to go get drinks, and he's just like, I lost all the money on the machines, guys. That's the way she goes.
See,
I just seen a meme of that, and it's like a funny clip from that show.
You serious, Aiden?
yeah, yeah. Lupin is. I feel like if he got in a ring, I feel like honestly he's the kind of guy that if you did get hit by him, it probably wouldn't. Yeah, like it would be decent. Like I'm gonna like it's not gonna be like fucking Mike Tyson or anything like that. But it'd be decent. But I feel like he's a bit on the slower side as far as like his speed and his movement. You know,
He got so pissed Friday because I called him thick. There's like a girl in there, and I'm like, "Don't you want like a thick Latino guy?"
And he got all fucking butthurt at that. That's fantastic. All right, my day was made earlier, but you just made it now. Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't even get, like, if you're a big dude, like, what's the point in getting upset about it? Like, you just gotta go with it until you're not big. Like,
he's not like morbidly obese. He's just, thick.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, just because Lupin is somebody that, the sun would probably orbit around him if he left Earth's atmosphere. No. That's not actually serious.
Oh, he's serious?
Has he actually been, like, going to the gym a whole bunch? Like, every once in a blue moon, I'll see him, like, saying that he's going. And it's like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I think he is.
So, like, if he's actually, like, working on improving himself, then that's good. Because that's ultimately, like, that's the kind of thing. If you work on yourself and improve yourself in that way, then what can really be said at that point by people that were hating on you or, like, saying shit against you at that point? Like, oh, you were fat. Well, I'm not anymore. It's like, what do you have to say at that point? Right?
He's not fat. He's big bone.
It's true.
He's the real life Cartman.
Dan used to be like really freaking fat, and then Dan Newman, and then
yeah, he was talking about that the other day.
You can look at his channel, and he's got videos on it. But when I first met him, he's probably like 5'8", and he was like 400 pounds.
Wow.
Like really big.
So he's a big guy, yeah.
Wow, I never imagined him being fat. He always been
honestly, same. I never thought of him as like that guy used to be really big, like damn. And ultimately, when I
take care of him when he was at his healthiest.
When it comes to people like that, like whether it be Dan or Lupin or whoever, I hope that they actually improve themselves. Not only for the reason I listed earlier, but like we have enough problems in the world as it is right now. We don't need additional problems elsewhere where they're not needed and can be alleviated just by working on them through diet and exercise,
Yeah, that's why I think this body positivity thing is like a bad thing to do.
Agreed. You can't just
you're encouraging like chronic health problems.
Yeah, there's a certain degree of, I think it just is an example of going too far in the other direction where like people were being like ruthlessly bullied because of things like obesity. And I think that like ruthless, endless, like targeted bullying where you're like following that person around and you're just making their life a living hell because of their weight and crap like that. Like that's not acceptable. And I think the response to that just like veered so far in the other direction that you got people that were like, well, it's healthy to be whatever the hell you want to be. It's like, no, it's not. You're almost as wrong as the other people.
This is Dan when he was at Oh, I guess you can't really tell. It like made it too big.
Oh.
I love how he's like a background looming over you. No. Bring it back. Yeah. There we go. You should have that as like your like bedroom wallpaper, dude.
Just join. I should get it on a shirt, and then when Dan's like, "Why do you have that?" I can be like, "You think everything is about you, man? You're full of yourself."
Look at this, Aiden. Do you remember this?
Yeah, but I mean, I could show you my room.
I like how
that's
Aiden beating
Oh, is
Lupin
this
up with me.
Is this the push-up
Lupin
competition?
flirting with Aiden?
Yep.
Yeah. This is where he
No,
does
one of
the
funniest
horrible
things I've ever seen
push-ups.
is
And I do the
Steve
actual.
said something about Chuck dating his mom again or hanging out with his mom, and Bond was in the chat and he was like, "I'll hang out with your mom." You literally walked right into that.
Yeah, you were asking for that.
There it is.
He already beat you, Lupin. Let's just accept it.
No, he
You really only have one eye. Yes. Well, no,
put a
we can
link
see
up.
out of it, I think, a little bit.
Put a
Right?
link up. Put a link up.
What do you think of
He's
this?
so trashed in this stream. You can hear it. He's just so faded.
Yeah.
You know what I love? You know what I love is when he describes it in his streams. He's like, I was really lit up that night. It's like, no, you're freaking sloshing your words around like an idiot. It's what you're doing. Like, goddamn, man.
Look at this.
Sometimes you just make an idiot out of yourself. Flop
He
him
said
over.
he's a whale wolf.
A whale wolf.
A whale wolf. I like it. I like it.
I just got a video of him and his buddy, his bro. He had a bromance with.
What's that?
No, I did got. I'm not sure I still got it, but I had the video of him and his bromance buddy.
His bromance buddy.
Yeah, it was funny.
That's funny.
This looks like Lupin's dreams coming true.
He's just
I'm
baiting
taking my shirt off
to
for
get
him.
him
That's
naked.
I don't necessarily know if that is the case, per se.
So who do you want to go first?
He's mighty, just letting it all hang out.
Alright.
Riz you up.
Oh, you ever seen this before? Fighting this game? Why?
Let's see the real push-ups. See the real push-ups from Lupin first.
Just want to show you something real quick.
Why you?
See?
Gaze at the absolute travesty that is my hairline.
Keep in mind, I even got hardware in my shoulders.
Yeah, my hair was not
You got hard what?
Hardware.
How many years was this?
I didn't quite hear you. I'm sorry.
I know where you want me hard, but yeah, it's not.
That's cheating. That's cheating.
That was almost a year ago.
God damn it! I was literally about to say that.
Sorry.
I had my eyes up. I was accessing the higher brain function. You could have seen it in real time.
His arms are up here, Aiden.
All right, who's gonna be doing the counting?
I'm sober.
Mod.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Mod, you're sober. Do the count.
I think Mod should be.
Mod's looking away.
Yeah, I was trying to.
I think Mod would provide
All right.
support.
Who's the?
All right. Go. We're counting.
No, I want to hear Mod count.
Mod count.
Okay.
All ready?
Yep.
Do it.
1, 2.
Look at those.
What are those?
Look at those
What are those
push-ups.
push-ups?
5,
You gotta bend the elbows.
All the way down.
9,
Those are the
10,
most girly
11,
push-ups I've ever seen in my
12,
life.
13, 14, 15, 16, 17,
Even
18.
Maud's
These
laughing
are real
at it.
push-ups. 19, 20, 21.
We used
Yeah,
to
because you
touch.
gotta touch your
we
nose to
used
the
to-
ground, don't you?
We used to
22,
touch our chest. We used to touch our chest. We used to go all the way.
25, 26, 27. Sorry, 28, 29.
He's
30.
really just bending his upper back.
Are his knees bent?
32,
Seriously, yeah, he's got his knees
34.
touching the ground.
He did 34. Maybe 35.
Are you there,
All right,
Clay?
all right. Here's mine. Here's mine.
Yeah, 34.
Clay, are you there?
34, yeah.
Are you there, Clay?
Yeah.
This is Lupin without his shirt on taking on Aiden in a push-up match.
Did you see Lupin's push-ups?
I've seen them before.
Hold on. Go back to the beginning. Go back to the beginning of it, Gigi. This is great.
There it is.
Oh, you got a hard what?
Hardware.
Didn't quite hear you. I'm sorry.
I know where you want me hard, but yeah, it's not.
That's cheating. That's cheating using a third leg.
God damn it! I was literally about to say that.
Sorry.
I had my eyes up. I was accessing the higher brain function. You could have seen it in real time.
His arms are up here, Aiden.
All right, who's gonna be doing the counting?
I'm sober.
Mod.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Mod, you're sober. Do the count.
I think Mod should be.
Mod's looking away.
Yeah, I was trying to.
I think Mod would provide.
He did 34 half-ups.
right.
Even Jill is right on this.
All right, go. We're counting.
No, I want to hear. I want to hear Mod count.
Mod count.
Okay.
All ready?
Yep.
Clay.
Do it.
All right, Clay, this is the moment.
1, 2, 3.
What are those push-ups?
5.
You gotta bend the elbows.
All the way
Yeah,
down.
what are those push-ups?
9,
Those are the
10,
most girly
11,
push-ups I've ever seen in my
12,
life.
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. These
Push-ups are
real
worse than my
push-ups.
hairline.
19, 20, 21.
We used
Yeah,
to
because you
touch.
gotta touch your
we
nose
used
to the
to-
ground, don't you?
We used to
22,
touch our chest. We used to touch our chest. We used to go all the way.
25, 26, 27. Sorry, 28, 29.
He's
30.
really just bending his upper back.
Are his knees bent?
32,
Seriously, yeah, he's got his knees
34.
touching the ground.
He did 34. Maybe 35.
I think he did have his knees on the ground.
All right.
Counted.
Here's mine.
Yeah, 34.
All right.
He's gonna cheat you. He ain't gonna do it. Watch.
He's gonna do the same.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22.
Put him on max.
Okay, I think we should establish some rules. We should establish some rules to the push-up. You have to frickin' your chest has to touch the floor.
Yeah, you got to. You
Well,
got to
that's
bend the
bullshit.
elbows.
Then Lupin's got to
You
do
got-
it over.
Yeah, do it over. You gotta do it over. Your chest has to touch the floor.
No, Aiden has to start first then.
No,
Okay.
bullshit. All right, you know what? With those rules established, fine.
All right, let's do it.
And he never does it over
Mod-
again.
But put him in full screen so we can see.
He never does it over
Oh,
again.
we can see him. We can see him all.
No, put him in full screen. No.
all the way down, all the way up. That's a push-up.
1, 2,
There's like, oh shit.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Uh-oh.
9,
Uh-oh.
10,
Uh-oh.
11, 12,
You're getting shallow.
13,
Didn't count.
14, 15, 16,
Uh-oh.
17,
That jello's happening.
19, 20, at least do 20, 20, 21.
Uh-oh.
He ain't going all the way down no more. He ain't going down all the way down no more.
Hey, he did.
That was 20
He
good
did
ones.
better than you though, because he did good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lupin,
like
yours
I
were
would
weak.
say,
I'm sorry.
I would
You-
say, pause.
20.
All right. You know what? I'm not even gonna color the judgment. Clay, what's your judgment of that? Who won?
I don't have any because, like, if you're not someone who works out all the time, doing 20 push-ups is.
I'm not bragging. I'm not acting like, bro, look at this awesome set I just did, bro. Come and check this out, bro. It's so braggadocious. No, I'm just like, out of those two pathetic displays, which pathetic display was slightly less pathetic?
Probably yours.
Yeah.
Because you did full-on push-ups.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to act like I'm fucking Schwarzenegger up here going, I'm here to demonstrate that I'm the man of steel.
But Lupin was
You remember-
probably really fucked up, too. When he was getting it.
I was drunk here.
Yeah.
I was drunk here as well. He wasn't
Doing
the only one
push-ups
that
on
was
YouTube
drunk.
is like something you don't do when you're sober.
It's true. That is true.
Aiden, this is the one where he also said, like, something about, I don't know, some nasty stuff.
Oh, now my weak chin is on display for everyone to see. Hide it. Hide it.
Okay.
Look away.
20 good
I mean, come
push-ups
on, I
like
do
that
20
is pretty
push-ups a
good.
day. I mean,
You look like the great Aiden. You still look 14, Aiden.
I look like I need to brush my hair over to the right a little bit.
Yeah, first time I
That's
met
what
you,
I
I really thought you were 14.
Yeah.
Are you sure you're not 14, Aiden?
I would, like I've always said, I'd rather look younger than I actually am than older than I actually am. Wow, this was, 10 months ago. This was when my setup was way worse than it is now. I did a lot of upgrades to this since. This is kind of cool looking at it now.
just keep
Aiden
the
did all right. That's pretty
cardio
good.
or whatever up.
Look at some videos of
I do girl
one up here and one over here. Is that weird?
push-ups though, just so you know.
All the way down and all the way up.
My nose touched the ground.
No,
it didn't.
No, touch the ground.
Yeah, you didn't even bend your elbow.
Go back and
Every
watch
single
the tape.
push-up that I did, except for the last one, maybe, was completely
You're right,
legit.
Oh, he does do it. Okay, I stand corrected.
I'm miscounting it over again.
But he doesn't do it right.
It's not a real push-up.
Doesn't go as far as you do. He completely touches the ground. You? He doesn't touch the ground as like you do.
Yeah, like I touch the ground so much that you can literally see my shirt like go back down from where it like leaves the ground from where I had it flat against it. So
Yeah. What do you think,
you can tell. He's gone. But I'm gonna head out as well.
Okay. Thank you for joining, little guy.
Yeah, not a problem. Have a good one, buddy.
You're welcome. You too. Thank you. Frank Bisky, are you there? Oh no, he's gone. Where is he? Where Clayton Bisky? Clayton Bisky, where are you? Clayton Bisky, we need you. Clayton Bisky, we need you. Clayton Bisky, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Oh, Clayton Bisky, where are you? Where are you been? Clayton Bisky. He likes some biscuits. Clayton Bisky. Are you there?
Yeah.
Oh, Mikey. Oh, there you are. What you doing there, little guy? Watching TV? Uh-oh. It's getting violent now. What you got? Dan as your thingamajiggy. Whoa. Whoa. That's crazy, man. That's just plain crazy. Clayton Bisky. Let's see what else. Lupin, takes a poopin. Lupin. Zombie.
Ruben, Ruben, he likes to take a Ruben. Ruben, Ruben, he likes to take a Ruben. Ruby to be, he likes to take a Ruben. Oh, can you see this? What about that? Or about this? You can fly. How about the time? Yes, he died. Yeah.
Well, Brother Pike, he's a man of his word. Got his boots on tight, never looks absurd. But when it comes to summer heat, you'll never see him in shorts, no way, not a beat. Why don't I wear shorts? Brother Pike would say, it's not my style, not my way. I like my pants long all day and night. Keeps me looking sharp, keeps me feeling right. Folks ask him why he don't show his knees. He just laughs and says, that's not for me. I got my reasons, sure you'll see. Pants are just better, they're made for me. Why don't I wear shorts? Brother Pike would say, it's not my style, not my way. I like my pants long all day and night. Keeps me looking sharp, keeps me feeling right. Maybe it's the sun, maybe it's the breeze, or the thought of grass stains on my knees. Whatever the case, whatever the cause, Brother Pike don't wear shorts.
Oh, are you there, Clyde? Who's calling you, Clayton Bisky? Pick up, someone's calling.
Hold on.
Oh, sorry.
You
Who
want
is
this
it?
baby?
Hey. Clayton Bisky. Paul Clayton Bisky. Yeah, Clayton Bisky, Bixie, Tixie, Chixie. Clayton Bisky, Clayton Bisky, 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 Clayton Bisky. Clayton Bisky, Clayton Bisky, Clayton Bisky. What about this? I'll be right back.
He died in the streets. You hear the chains. They coming. The midnight fog slide through the mist. Cold steel gripped in an undead fist. Whispers in the alley, shadows don't shift. A ghost in a hoodie with a full black clip. 6 deep, off in the block. Buried in suits, but they still one shot. No face, no case, stay solid and cold. Revenge on their mind from the grave they roll. Gangster ghosts, they don't sleep, they float. Chains go clang when the reaper roll close. Eyes all black and their souls been sold. You can't shoot back when the body's this cold. Oh, phantom crew, they don't nod, they face. Walk through walls, set the block ablaze. From the tomb to the trap, now they roam in haste. Gangster ghosts bringing hell through the maze. Bullet creep in the trap when the candles burn. Reaching for a split, now the killers return. Dead men talk in the code of the curse. Every verse is a hex, every bar is a hearse. Blood drips red from a past unpaid, now they ride.
Hi everybody. Are you back yet, Clayton Bisky? No, no Clayton Bisky. But anyways, yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, Oh, Crichton biscuits. Oh, Crichton biscuits. Lupin likes to take a poopin' because he's a Lupin. But I do. Oh, Lupin. It's so bad for the Lupin Tupins. He likes to take a poopin' because he's a Lupin. Hi, Crichton biscuit. What you doing there, little guy? Oh, sorry, I had to mute you earlier. I don't want your.
Why'd you mute me? Was it loud?
No, because you had a phone call. I didn't want your phone call, anything personal, to get out there.
No, it was just I was giving someone my credit card information.
Oh,
No, it was my wife.
oh, you're leaving?
No,
Oh,
in like 2 hours, 1 hour probably.
oh, but don't leave us. We're gonna miss you. Oh, what's wrong, Crichton biscuit?
No.
Okay, stay after the show. I need to talk to you.
Dealing with
What?
this all day.
Okay, no. Oh,
I'm like, man, I can only go up to the store for a pack of smokes and just. No, I'm just kidding.
Can I talk to you after the show? I need to talk to you.
Yeah.
Okay. Time to end. Thank you, everybody.
What'd you do, Gangster? If I like went to your house and knocked on your door and ran away, and you come outside and this baby was in a basket with a note that's just like, it's your problem now.
Oh, call the cops.
What would you do?
Call the cops. But ask them. What's wrong, little guy? Is the man keeping you down?
Yeah.
What's?
Yeah. Mariana's keeping me down. I'm being oppressed.
Is it being pressed by the guy behind you?
Yeah.
By Crichton biscuit? Yep. Yes, you are. But I want to end the show. I need to talk to you after the show. Bye, everybody.
See you guys.
Yeah.
He died in the streets. Now they hunt him. You hear the chains. They come.
Like a midnight fog, slide through the mist. Cold steel gripped in an undead fist. Whispers in the alley, shadows don't shift. A ghost in a hoodie with a full black clip. The alley, shadows don't shift. A ghost in a hoodie with a full black clip. 6 deep, all from the block. Buried in suits, but they still run shop. No face, no case, be silent and cold. Revenge on their mind, from the grave they roll. Gangster ghosts, they don't sleep, they flow. Chains go clang when the reaper roll close. Eyes all black and their souls been sold. You can't shoot back when the body's this cold. Phantom crew, they don't knock, they phase. Walk through walls, set the block to blaze. From the tomb to the trap, now they roam in haze. Gangster ghosts bringing hell through the maze. We've in the trap where the candles burn. Ouija boards flip, now the killers return. Dead men talk in the code of the curse. Every verse is a hex, every bar is a hearse. Blood drips red from a past unpaid. Now they ride through the night in a spectral parade. Hollow eyes, but they still got aim. Spraying ghost rounds ain't nothing the same.
Don't say the name. Don't play the tape. They circle the crib. There's no escape.